Welcome back to the latest episode of the Keep It Clean podcast. It's episode 009. We are here. We are back. I'm your host, Nico. I'm joined with my brothers, co-host Ray. What's going on, man?
Nothing much, man. Blessing, highly favored, bro. Appreciate y'all being here.
Yes, sir. I got my brother Rose in the building. What's going on, man?
My God.
What's good, Brody? And last but not least, of course, we got my boy Ev in the building. What's cracking, man?
What's going down? What's going down? How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Good, man. Can't complain. We back for another week. We got some dirty topics that we gotta clean. We're gonna keep it a buck, keep it a bean, and as always, keep it clean, man. So off, first off, let's get a recap going. How was you brother's week? Ray, how was your week, man?
Man, my week was cool. Man. I got to do a little bit of work around the house, man. I felt like I was doing real man stuff. I was out in the yard pulling weeds, bro, just toughing it out. I got the spray bottle and stuff because it's been dry. Got to get it by the root. Pull all the weeds out the front yard and get it by the root. And then being reminded again that we in Texas, so we were around in that time when the mosquitoes start doing gang parties somewhere around 6:45 in the evening, gonna pop out on you, dog. So you gotta get it done in the sun and then move back in. But outside of that, man, um, little man and I already got an anime recap. He done came up, started watching Dragon Ball GT. Now he got his little opinions, man. I already told him though he wasn't there. You don't know, you weren't there. I don't care what you got to say, you weren't there, bro.
Yeah.
But I do want to give a couple shout outs. First and foremost, shout out to Braden Williams out of Duncanville, Texas. My man's ran a 9.8200. 9.8200 yard dash, bro, at the track meet, straight out of Duncanville. That boy was moving, man. You know what I'm saying? I also want to give a shout out to Atlanta, to Jill Gates and her ride. She has a female version of her ride sharing company, man. Shout out to Jill Gates. I done watched her grow. She's been talking about it on Twitter, and it's specifically for women. And so for those that feel uncomfortable getting in Ubers and Lyfts and whatnot, and you want a female to drive you and have that tracking process, man, follow her ride. Most of their work comes from the airport business too. So we know Atlanta is a massive airport. Tap into her ride. Shout out Jill Gates. And last but not least, Roberto Clemente, man, another one that they tried to cover up. And I know you come from an area where they say we know, me know, but we know you is black, and they covered up your stuff at the Pittsburgh Padres Stadium. You know what I'm saying? And you still one of us. You still a groundbreaker, pioneer. Shout out to Roberto Clemente, man. But that's all I got. That's all I got, man. Why y'all laughing, bro?
Okay.
Shout out Roberto Clemente.
I wasn't expecting the redirect on the last one. I just
You know what I'm
wasn't.
saying, man?
We know, but we
But
know.
we know. We know for real, bro.
Yes.
Oh man. All right. Ev, how was your week, brother?
Man, my week was good. It was chill. Got some work done, man. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't really do a lot. Just housework, normal business stuff, routine as usual. I do want to say I have a keep it clean moment though. Last pod, I made a joke and I said, you shouldn't like first round bust on like any woman that's a part of the Queens Flip Network Productions. And I want to have a keep it clean moment on that because Tatted Up Holly, yeah, he can. So that's one for sure.
My nigga is out the
I have
gate
to
sick as
apologize
hell.
on that one. I told the guys in the chat that, and they said, "Man, you got to tell the group, you got to tell everybody that one." So
Gate sick as
my
hell.
apologies.
Yeah,
But
man.
yeah,
You had to clean that up for Queens Flip, man. Come
yeah,
on, man.
yeah. And I don't know about them other ones, but Tatted Up Holly, you're a good one.
Hey, man, make sure to at her. Make sure to at her too, man.
Oh man.
You was wrong as hell when you said it. You was wrong as hell when you said it.
Rose, how was your week, brother?
Shit, everything was love, man. Nothing but the regular grind and then shit. I skipped the pod the other day, the impromptu to go to the movie premiere Sinners.
Yeah, how was that?
Man,
I'm on
man,
that today. I'm on that today.
man.
I'm gonna
I
tomorrow.
I would
Like,
I would
it,
advise everybody to Go into that movie with an open mind. Go into that movie with an open mind, and I guess just especially with Ryan Coogler, I mean, he's starting to create so much lore for himself. Like it's starting to feel like Jordan Peele, where just people come into the theater and they expect something so great.
Mm.
Mm.
I see what you're
This is
saying.
a different style of movie. Um, but it's amazing, bro. It's amazing. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think that's one of the better movies, and I watch a fuckload of movies. I watch a fuckload of TV shows. This was one of the better movies I've seen in the past at least 2 years. Shout out to Ryan Coogler um, for this being an original film, by the way, to
Yeah.
where this brother owns the IP. He owns everything that has to do with this movie. This is actually going to be monumental and groundbreaking. If the numbers pull up how we think they're going to pull up, it's gonna put him in a different stratosphere, bro. So shout out to Ryan Coogler, and I would recommend everybody to see it in IMAX, the way that it's supposed to be seen.
Okay.
For
You
sure.
know,
Yeah, definitely shout out to Ryan Coogler, man.
shout out to Ryan.
You've done a lot of great work out here, and the ascension is crazy. So I definitely
Greatest nigga
only,
since Spike, man.
you feel me? Like I only want to see the trajectory keep going up, man. So shout out to Ryan Coogler for sure. I'm going to see
Mhm.
that today. Uh, my week was cool. Word to Ev, I didn't do too much regular work. Um, yeah, I didn't do a lot this week. I watched a lot of TV. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't do too much. Um,
Simon, can we talk about how I finally seen you for the first time in like a year?
yeah, man. I pulled up on my. Oh, that's what we did. That's what I did do last week. I pulled up on Rose, and we watched the Daylight Rum Nitty battle. We watched the whole event, honestly, for the 2 days. But I pulled up on Rose. I got to see my brother in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? Like
How a nigga live this close to you when you can't see him?
I live an hour plus away from you, my brother.
Yeah, that shit filthy, bro. I ain't
Like,
gonna lie.
But okay, see, that's what sounds crazy because to a Texas person, an hour plus is just up the road. So to me, you gonna have to tell us why y'all haven't seen each
it's
other
a lot.
in a year. You feel me,
No,
bro?
it's no good reason. I'm not even going. I'm
It
not even
is
gonna
no
hold you. It's
good
no
reason.
good. It's no good reason for it.
And we spoke about that. You remember last
Yeah,
pod? We spoke about it. It's like you just
we
gotta
gotta
get up
pull
with your
up. Yeah,
folks,
get
get
up
up
and
with your
just start
brothers,
pulling
build
up. So we
community, and
was,
that's what we was doing. Like
yeah,
Yeah.
nobody
we was,
looking for nothing. We was just watching battle rap, talking, catching up. Like
yeah,
we talk, but it's like a different person, share the energy, share space.
yeah,
So I appreciated that. I appreciate you pulling up, bro. And
for
Yeah.
sure,
we
brother.
gotta keep doing that, bro. Like
Yeah, we definitely gonna
Bro.
keep doing. Yeah, we got to get back to how we was pulling up.
studio downstairs. You see what's going on? Like,
Yeah, exactly, exactly.
yeah, man,
Because keeping it clean too is like that is something that I feel happens a lot as we get older as adults as men because it just be like, oh man, for sure I'm gonna catch up with you, and then some just start stacking up really quick. And a couple days turned into a couple weeks to a couple
Months.
months that quickly,
Yep.
and it's dope for men because we could pick up right where we left off. But at the same time, bro, just go see your brother, man. Just like what I'm saying. At least try to link up once a month because I can't even judge y'all, man. And my older brother, when I was still living in Dallas, lived 45 minutes away. And there was a point where we was only seeing each other maybe once every 3 months or so. Mind you, I moved up there to follow in his footsteps. Bro, you feel me? And then he just got to the point where I was never linking up with him. We got better as time went along, but every time you talk to mom and pops, man, so you still haven't seen them? Nah, we gonna do it. That's what you told me the other day. It's like my
Yep.
bad, mom. we gonna
Yep.
make it happen. You feel me?
And
Go see
then
your brothers, bro.
the social media stuff and all of that, like the text, all that make it worse because it's like I just talked to
I
Cuz,
just
like
saw you.
I just talked to bro, like we here with it, but it's like nah, you gotta pull
and
up
it's
and see
crazy, Ray,
folks.
and you probably don't know because I mean, we just kind of really getting acquainted with each other and learning each
Uh-huh.
other. Every spot that I've ever stayed at,
Hmm.
that's like his house.
Facts, facts,
That's like
facts.
his crib. I go
No
out of
cap.
town, I'd be like, hey, bro, just hold it down real quick. Bro,
Yeah, real
you
facts.
just, I'd be like, hey, bro, I'm about to go on a mission real quick. Just stay at the crib. Like, you good. You got the
Make sure
mic
it's
there.
good, man.
You
That's
do what
that's
you
tough,
want,
bro.
bro. You good, but just hold it down.
Just hold it down.
Please.
And yeah, no, that's a fact. That's a fact.
So
So
it's
yeah,
like, it's crazy not seeing somebody that you was always like, bro, every single day.
every weekend,
Every weekend,
every
every single
day.
day. He already
Yeah.
know he needs somewhere to be at. He need to sleep somewhere. I'm like, nigga, pull up. Like,
You do it and never ask you to leave either. Don't never be
You feel
like,
me?
hey, bro, when you going home? You be like,
Real
man,
Southern hospitality, my
we
brother.
over here. It's like,
Man, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, bro, we got to do better. We got to do better about that. But since y'all watched it, so you two watched it, you said both
yes.
days. I was there, and Ev, I think you seen some bits and pieces of it,
Yeah,
man. What's y'all's thought on the event, man? What shout out to Chilla Jones and Takeover Battle League, bro. Like, what did y'all think watching it running through?
Shout out to Chilla. Shout out to Takeover Battle League. I'll be honest, day one was a dud for me. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'll be totally honest with you. Like, because we paid for the stream, we ain't bootleg it. We ain't, we paid the money for it. We took a nap during that first joint. I ain't even gonna lie to you. That first day, it was I don't remember who was battling because I ain't even gonna do that. You know what I mean? I ain't even gonna do that. But at a certain point in that situation, I woke up and looked around and everybody else was asleep as well. So yeah, man, we had to.
Who put you to sleep? Say his name.
I
Who
can't
put you to sleep? What battler put you to sleep? Keep it clean.
It's crazy.
say his name is crazy.
Say his name is crazy.
I
Par
might,
himself,
you
because that
know
was
what?
wicked.
I'm not gonna disrespect no specific battler. I'm not gonna do that. I'll implement my first panda break for the episode. I'm gonna
Oh,
put it
that's
right
cool.
there.
Then I'm gonna do the opposite. I'm gonna keep it clean. Charlie Clips. Charlie,
Charlie.
you are just as delusional as we talk about Cassidy and battle rap. The fact that you keep coming in here with no bars
No bars
at all,
None.
freestyling. When
I
he
think
tried to,
I think
seeing
Charlie
it in
came in there
person,
with 8 bars. I think he came in there with 8 bars.
maybe seeing him do it in person, because every time we watch a Charlie Clips battle, it's like, oh, you said something, and he started freestyling. When he did that in a room of absolute silence and made up a noise just so he could, Charlie, it's getting to the point where I'm getting mad when you pop up on Wild and Out. I just want to turn off the TV, because if you got bars for there, we expect you to have bars for here, man. You're disappointing the fans. You not keeping it clean with yourself, and I need to know what happened to your diet. Rose, what was your feedback on on the first day?
Man, as respectful as possible. I mean, I think Nick kind of summed it up. Bro, I mean, I'm looking at the card right now and just kind of remembering what was going on in that home where we were watching the battle. Um, it was a lot of stink, bro. I'm not gonna lie,
Not
it
a
was a
lot of
lot of
stink.
stink. It wasn't a lot of. See, the thing is, when you don't watch battle rap for so long, you expect a certain caliber of battle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like even if it's not somebody you expect a certain caliber of battle, especially with this kind of card. Like I'm expecting people to show up because the names. You know what I'm saying? Like you get an
yeah.
opportunity to be on a stage that you normally probably wouldn't be on, to get some eyes that you wouldn't normally get. So I'm expecting day one. I'm expecting people to have crazy material. I'm listening to this shit. It should sound like copy and paste, bro. That should sound like copy and paste, my nigga.
I think it was
So
more upsetting because day one had a few more legends on there, and at least in the building, man, they did do their thing. I haven't seen most of them on the watch back, because for y'all that don't know, being in the building, oftentimes it sounds a lot different than when you watch it on camera.
Yeah.
So they were figuring out mic issues in a good portion of day one, and it got to the point where they just said no mics and was going, just based off of projection. So it made some battles more difficult to watch. But even with day one, Chef and Luke Castro had a fire battle.
and
Facts.
that's what I
That
was
one
gonna
was
say.
crazy.
I was
Facts.
gonna say
Chef was cooking.
the
Chef
standout
be
battles
cooking,
for
man.
me was Chef Trez, Luke Castro,
I
passing
thought
Eunice.
was
Even though
crazy.
I have a thing with Eunice where I realized
You figured it out, huh?
we might get to it. We might get to
You
it.
figured it out, because
I'm
I
gonna
think
hold
we
it.
saw the same
I'm holding
thing.
that
All
down right
right.
now. Passing Eunice and then Hollow and Jazz. Those
Yeah.
were the standout battles to me. It's not that I dislike Marv One and Arsenal, um, but it's Marv One and Arsenal. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how another way to say what I'm trying to say, but
Oh man, that's funny. That's
A
crazy.
battle that should have happened during their era.
yeah,
Uh,
thank you. That was supposed
I
to happen
might
in
have out
Detroit
a
back in
minute ago, or even Jersey when Arsenal had his league. That should have happened a minute ago. I will say I think Hollow and Jazz was a better battle than people tried to make it seem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Watch
It did
that.
live up to
Watch
the
that
hype.
is really good, bro.
Yeah, and I think it did live up to the hype for a day one main event. It unfortunately Twerk and Award didn't happen, but I do think the way that the card had so many writers, Twerk and Award not going on before them left energy, at least in the room for there's no way you could go on after Twerk and Ward if they both show up. But Loso caught body of the day. Loso caught I figured that's one of the round or battles that y'all went to sleep for in that building, dog. Yeah, man, he caught body of the day. It was wicked.
I really wish.
Day two thoughts.
I really
Go ahead.
wish that they would have balanced the card out more. As far as day one and day two, like you could have put Chilla Jones and Averb day one. You could have put Ilmac and Real Sick on day one. And then just swap some battles out to just make it more compelling. Like for
Yeah.
for just for the viewer's sake. You know what I'm saying? But day two,
Day two was smoke.
Heavy hitters.
Day two was smoke.
Okay.
But I had pushback for that. I had pushback for what you said because if you look at day two, I didn't catch it. No, I didn't catch it until the day was happening and we were looking. Because standing, shout out to Craig too. My man's he's also in our battle rap group chat, but he pulled up from Dallas. Craig at Full 50, man. But when we were looking at it, if you look at the card, they built day two to where the writing, the expectations of the writers swings into the daylight in Nitty battle. So when you look at the order of it, the only one that it was just like a hard no was Averb and Chill. Move that off the card as far as I'm concerned. I didn't want to see no, bro. No, I didn't want to see that. I didn't want to see that. But if you look at the way the card is built, it's like this level of expectancy. That's why Ilmac Sick, or even with Jay, Ill Will, Ilmac Sick, Verb, Chilla, Rum, Date, it was strategically planned that way.
I'm glad that I just thought about this. Shout out that boy Chess, man.
Woo!
That boy Chess pulled up with pure smoke.
Facts. Pure smoke.
Octane. Premium.
Pure smoke.
Pure smoke.
Bugging.
We knew it was going to be a problem.
Swamp was good too.
Yeah,
Swamp was good.
But
Chess is like that.
it's nothing you can do.
That is hard to beat.
Swamp stuck to the time limits, and you shouldn't have done that with Chess. And I knew Chess was on timing. Well, I knew Chess was on timing because when you walk by, you know how when you be in the venue, people be chopping it up and whatnot. Chess was walking by himself in the corner, literally huffing and puffing. He wasn't even saying his bars. He was just pacing. And I said, "Oh, I don't know who we've kind of figured out who was going to battle who, even though it was a surprise battle as you were standing there because word kind of got out. But once we saw Swamp and I saw Chess huffing and puffing, I said, "Oh, damn, it's about to get dark, man." Yeah,
Swamp,
that was a great battle.
Pull up with no fit like that again, nigga.
He had the boots on. To his credit, he dressed like a real Southerner.
That outfit was disgustingly criminal.
He had the boots outside the pants though. That wasn't
disgusting. My man's had no shirt on under his shit. Like that is
that's crazy.
Criminal.
Jean jacket fit with no shirt. That's not.
That's wild.
He's from the South.
That's wild.
The boots outside the pants too didn't help. But he do landscaping, man. That he just wore his work attire.
You had your jeans
tucked in your boots.
In your boots, bro.
Like you had
no shit. It's no shit.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that was tough.
Look, so the highlight. We can get to it. The highlight battle of the whole event, Daylight versus Rum Nitty. It took place on Sunday. We've seen it. We've all seen that battle. We've all seen that battle, right? Okay, cool. Daylight. Day. Listen.
Don't mess up your TDE affiliation.
I don't have a TDE affiliation. Day. Day. Times have changed. Okay? Times have changed. Rum Nitty whooped your ass. Whooped your ass. He 30'd you, my brother, and I'm so sorry to tell you. but that man came in there and did not play with you at all. I'm not giving him the sympathy third. I'm not doing that. He went in there. He went in there and whooped that man's ass. That's a 30 ball in my book.
And I need to say this too, nigga. That
30 ball.
was absolutely a choke.
Facts.
Don't try
Twice.
that. And let me
Twice.
say this too, because I watched that battle this morning. You can tell he's gonna, if you watch closely, when he starts his second, you know he don't know his material. If you just like as a fan just watching it now instead of being there or whatever and live, you can tell he don't know that rap because he's starting to do he talking to the crowd, he's starting to talk. He was doing a lot of just side talking, and then the moment that he got into quiet down, and it's silence in the building already. Yeah, you can tell it's just, yeah, buddy, you don't know your raps. You don't. Like,
Hey, there was nobody talking when he said quiet. There was nobody talking. We in the crowd said, "Who said something?" He looking around. There was nobody talking, bro.
and this is the crazy thing. It was where for me, I watched his third round. I'm like, everybody talking like a motherfucker right now. Why you ain't saying quiet down? These niggas talking like a mother. They talking like it's nothing. They talking like it's a party going on.
Rum Nitty did not get that third, brother. That's all I have to
You're
say.
sick. So y'all saying Nitty rocked him, took his soul, punch drunk.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Nitty 30 because, and I'm saying biasly because the third I wasn't even interested in hearing. Like I was listening to it for enjoyment, but it was one of those things. It's like, all right, bro, I'm kind of over you.
How did Nitty
It was cool, but I was kind of over it. And I need
We
to
gonna
say
watch
this.
it. We gonna go back and watch it.
That second round 2K scheme, I'm with you, Nitty. That was cool. I really rocked with that 2K scheme. I liked it. I liked it. It was too long, but I liked it.
The material that Daylight had in that third and the way that it was crafted and put together.
Listen.
It is no way on this black ass earth that you think Rum Nitty won that round. Nitty himself said he lost the round.
No, I understand that.
Nah,
that.
he said on the watchback he got a 30.
Nitty don't speak for
Nitty said on the watchback he got a 30.
Listen,
Nitty himself said on the watchback he
fellas, we are going.
Battle and a nigga is kicking you in your back. You walk out the venue. You say, "Yeah, man, no, he got the third clear." Nigga, that's what happened. No, I don't want to hear all that watchback shit. No, nigga.
No, we gonna watch it though. We're gonna watch it. We gonna pull it up. We gonna do a keep it clean one off, and we gonna yeah. It's only so many that you can take before it starts affecting you. That's what it
just
is.
to make sure. So it was a kung fu ass kicking.
Yeah.
Kung fu. Okay.
And the line,
old fashioned belt to ass.
Yeah, and the line, I'm gonna show y'all how to beat a nigga in 3 rounds with one. No,
didn't do that.
He kept saying no.
He didn't do it.
No,
he didn't do it. That didn't happen.
But if he pulled
up
with 3 of those third rounds,
if he pulled up with 3 of them thirds, we'd having a whole different conversation.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, man.
We would have got
we're gonna take it, especially because you dropped the ball. Hey, Daylight, let's be clear. You got taken to school. You got a kung fu ass kicking. He took your soul. Cut your rock and paper.
You gotta pause that.
You got to go back to TDE and explain to them why he did every single one of them boys ass type of kicking to you. Though you got your teeth kicked in battle rap, and now on that main stage, all your homies now looking back at you like, we never's going over there. Not if he did that to you, they ain't coming over here. Daylight, you just gotta wear that.
The fucked up part about the whole thing is I'm looking at Lux's face in the back like a disappointed father. Like, looking at Daylight like, nigga,
this ain't what I taught you.
I just punched on this nigga. You supposed to punch on him too, so we can get to what we need to do.
Yeah. You had the blueprint. But you had the blueprint.
Like Lux looking at him like,
you can just mess it up.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a battle of the ages, but nigga, are you gonna pull up with material?
Exactly.
Man. And the crazy part is like the Harlem folks, the East Coast folks that were in the building, because it was Lux and Mook with like Rex and them all over there. They didn't want to give Nitty his shine because Mook and Nitty been going back and forth, so they looking for the rapidy rap type of stuff. And it was even when Nitty was bombing, they was just more so trying to hold their face. Damn.
Well,
yeah, bro.
They like was Dot Mob.
Oh man, shout out to
That
Rum
too.
Nitty.
And
Shout out to Rum
I
Nitty,
will
man.
say this, and I just want to say this for the record. And I have been on this hill for a while, way before that I'm about to say this. Rum Nitty has been the best for a long time.
For a
Thank
long
you.
time. Facts.
Thank you.
That's a fact.
I would
I
say
concur.
since about 2019, after the
If
K
you
Shine
Yeah.
pull
battle.
up,
Yeah.
if you pull up on Rum Nitty and he got any time to prepare, you are not winning.
Facts.
Look,
If
Facts.
he
be
not
clear.
taking back-to-back battles, you're not winning.
You getting fried.
I ought to
You're
rock
getting
you for playing with scissor paper punch.
What? Let's be very clear. The only thing that has beaten Rum Nitty is either time limits or himself. That's
Yeah.
it. Rum stick to the time, and the only people that have beat Rum has had to rap at least a minute more material more than he did. He has not been beat like that since 2019. He
if
is the best
Rum
battle
Nitty
rapper walking
battled
around.
at the capacity that somebody like Lux or somebody like Mook battles, his record would look ridiculous
Yeah, he'd be
Yeah.
because
flawless.
he wouldn't
It might
lose.
it'd be flawless.
The
It'd be
problem
flawless.
is the only problem with Rum Nitty is that he does not promote himself
Mhm.
as being the greatest like he should. That's
Yeah.
my only problem with him. You have to pop your shit to these niggas. You supposed to be on the level of Hitman. You supposed to be on the level of Surf. You supposed to be on the level of Lux. You like
You done battled these folks.
you beat some of these people.
You beat Surf.
So it's like you come in the face off and you say, I mean, I don't even promote. Like niggas, stop saying that.
Right.
That man, the
Nigga,
coldest battle rap introvert ever.
promote.
Yeah.
That's the
Facts.
only
And
part you missing.
especially because he put out music too.
Yeah.
And so it's like
Ain't bad.
if you're in
Hard,
that
man.
promotion bag, you know what I'm saying? We just like all the other battle rappers we support, we go listen to your music, at least give you a burn. And he do got some good music, but because he doesn't really promote, man, you the best. I
And,
need you to talk about being the best.
and we had a conversation before we got on the pod of it is a certain group of niggas that they promote so well that it's like they don't lose, even when they lose, because they're able to spin the narrative.
Yeah.
Like a nigga will tell you, you can't tell Surf he lost ever.
Mhm.
Like with clear losses,
Even if he came in there with one round.
with clear losses,
Yeah. Yeah.
but you can't, and he will trick me. He will trick me. I'll be like, man, you heard that shit? Like, nah.
He had y'all running around talk about some. You said Dragon Ball Z and
No.
dogs. Terrible. Free Surf, by the way. Free Surf. Free the way.
Free serve, man. Free away.
All right,
But
man.
all in all, we got sidetracked. Y'all go kick it with your brothers, because that's how this got started, bro. Go pull up on
You see what it turns into? You see what it
You
turns
feel me?
into?
Clearly, all four of us talking like we was all four in the same spot. So go kick it with your brothers, bro. Go outside, man.
Thanks, man. So, all right, brothers, we got to put on our jumpsuits, bring out the mops, bring out the brooms, because we got some things we got to clean up, man. Oh, we're gonna get started. We got some heavy stuff to get started with. First off, Tay-K has been sentenced to 80 years for a murder in San Antonio. This is coming on top of the 55-year sentence that he got for another home invasion and murder that he was involved in. Tay-K is 18 years old, I believe. These things happened when he was 16. And yeah, man, what are y'all's thoughts on this? Ev, what you think about this, man?
Man, I want to say it's sad and unfortunate. Again, another person lost to the system, and I say it's sad and unfortunate because of the crimes that he committed and what he was doing. And it's a sad thing, but I must be honest, justice is served, dog. I'm sorry. Like it was the man committed these heinous crimes and when he rapped about them, like and put his lyrics of what he did. I don't know really what else to say on that? I ain't got I have no other words, but I mean, justice is served. I mean, he had 55 with the 80. I would say maybe the sentencing is crazy because that's life essentially, just due to life. But justice served, dog. Hey, 80 years. You you committed those acts. I don't think just because you were young that is an actual like. Just because you was a minor is not always a cop out. Like you committed a heinous act. Like if you want to get into the rabbit hole of societal, man, you have to face the actions of what you did and repercussions. And he committed heinous acts, murder, uh, home invasion, killed these people. I'm sorry, but justice served. So that's all I gotta say, man.
Rose, what's your reaction to this situation?
Some of them gotta go to sleep for good.
That's it.
Elaborate on that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's it. That's all you got.
Nah. I think this is a really good lesson on niggas stay out the streets, bro. Stay out the streets. I think it's so many ways to come at this, but the end all be all is stay out the streets. This is a situation, especially with what he had of this did not have to happen. It just didn't. And I feel like trying to keep up a persona and trying to keep up some shit that ain't real, and then you got some real. You got the real thing. And I don't know if you want us to have sympathy or if you want us to have something else for you, but niggas, stay out of the streets. It ain't nothing there for you niggas. It's bro, go do something constructive with your fucking time. Like this did not have to fucking happen. And this is coming from somebody that has been in the street. You play outside, nigga, your shoes get dirty, your cleats get dirty, your jersey get dirty. But specifically, this did not have to happen, bro. And I don't really want to get too far deep into it. I'm sad that it's another person that I had to watch kind of lean into what he thought was something that was real, especially with the the bars and the lyrics that a nigga spitting and thinking that this is a real thing. It's something behind that. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still real life. So I'm sad for Tay-K as far as you probably will never see the light of day again. But I'm even more sad for that boy mama, that boy family, that boy everything because that did not have to happen, bro. It just didn't. So prayers up to his family and prayers up to everybody affected by that situation.
For sure, for sure. Ray, what was your reaction? Our Texas native.
Um, it was one of those where it not only was it expected, but I also had to acknowledge that for the time when they were still chasing after him, the time that they finally caught up to him and whatnot, there was a lot of free Tay-K, a lot of free Tay-K. And I can't vouch for too much of how far it spread outside of the state, but I think that does a great disservice in echoing Rose's sentiments of caring about the families because it wasn't just a one-off. You had multiple situations that you ended up putting other people's lives in danger on a regular basis. So it's hard to just say, man, he had so much future, he has so much potential. Is he's showing very intentional decisions being made, even going on the run, shooting a video and stuff like there's thought process behind it that tells me you were volunteering to make adult decisions. So while I can understand the age, and unfortunately you had the wrong people around you because at that age I don't think you should have been outside like that. But we can only speak to so much because everybody's environment is different. But he did look remorseful, at least from the aesthetics that I saw. It looked like he might have been able to come to terms, at least from the visual that I seen. And on the sentencing, he also didn't try to he didn't really try to push back. He didn't try to push back. I don't see a lot of people saying this is messed up either, because we do understand what happened, that child was taken from us. So uh, uh, you're gonna have to face your punishment on this one, is how I feel. You're gonna have to face the punishment on this one. What you got, Nick?
I'm conflicted, my brothers. First of all, rest in peace to all those that lost their lives in these situations, to senseless violence. We're gonna be honest. I understand the need for consequences. I understand the need for repercussion. I understand the need for, people to, face the consequences of their actions. I think context is very, very important. As far as I understand from the research I've seen, Tay-K's life as a child was not well. You know what I mean? A lot of foster care, a lot of in and outs, a lot of abuse, a lot of trauma, on top of which would lead somebody to being outside. And then when you have this going on and you're outside, the effects of trauma on your brain, being a youth, your brain's not even fully developed. I don't know if giving a 18-year-old 80 years is beneficial to anything. I get it in the magnitude of, like, this person has done these things and it's a moral issue. But I just don't know what the 80 years fixes. I don't know what the 80 year, I don't know how does that deter the next kid from doing these things? How does that deter this violence from happening in another cycle? Because we know these things are still going to happen. They still are happening. So it's like, I'm not upset as far as, like, I understand the American justice system. I didn't expect anything different, especially in Texas. But I just don't really see a real benefit from it. Like, that's all. Like, y'all know where I stand. I don't know if Tay-K.
What is a different outcome that you may have?
No, I mean, y'all know where I stand with the prison system and stuff. I'm not saying necessarily Tay-K has to come out in 10 years or something like that, but I'm not of the belief that he's past being able to come to terms with what he did, be rehabilitated through the trauma and everything that he's experienced, and possibly become a conducive and productive member to society at some point, even if that's through mentoring prisoners through on their way out, even if that's to going to give talks to kids to let them know what not to do and what his situation was and all of that. But I don't, 80 years go sit and rot for the rest of your life doesn't do much for me.
I would say I think it would have been reasonable to run his 80 and 55 together instead of consecutively, and
100%.
then, because of his age, potentially offer a chance for parole. That's where I would have been okay with meeting.
Yeah,
that's why I said. That's why I was saying maybe not 80 years. You do 25 to life. So after 25, you can get parole. Then I would say if he just did that, would that have been like sufficient for you, Nick? Like if it had just been 25 to life?
I mean, it's sure. I mean, it's a situation where I would say that, like, if you have the possibility of parole, you in Texas, we know we talked about the Texas system and how they work and stuff. So it's like, if you cut off all possibility of ever coming back to, like, what purpose do you give that person to even become a better individual at all? Like, it reinforces the idea to me of, like, once you do something so heinous, we no longer will care about your humanity, period, because you didn't care about someone else's humanity. And I just don't think that's I don't find that to be a beneficial way to deal with people.
My only pushback is that you took something that you cannot get back.
I understand.
You know what I'm saying? And in doing so, there are consequences. No matter how we feel about the rehabilitation side, there's somebody's mom that never gets to see their son again. There's somebody's family who never gets to have another conversation with them. And as much as you want, and I mean, and not just you, and I'm sure there's other people that feel this way. As much as you and whoever would like to have sympathy for somebody like this, there is something here that since you did this, you have to sit with that. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm,
I'm not saying
mhm.
that your life doesn't mean anything, but when you take something from somebody like that, I just don't. It's something that I just would not feel right with, especially somebody that ain't even on that.
No, I get it. Yeah, I
On no
completely.
gangster
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
This is
I get it.
real deal senseless violence. Like,
Yeah, yeah,
and
I
I'm not
completely
saying
understand.
you can't be rehabilitated. I'm not saying you should never come home. Free all the guys. But I'm saying you took something from somebody that you cannot give back, bro.
Mhm.
And in that, sometimes you have to sit down forever. And that's just what the fuck it is.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I'm in a more broad sense. I understand some things that you do in life will follow you for the rest of your life. And in some of those situations, that's you catching a life sentence, that's you catching an 80-year sentence of 50 on top of a 55-year sentence. Yeah, I'm just more so getting to the practicality of like how that is for the system overall. When it comes to this case specifically, I mean, you did it, bro.
It's
You
some
know,
nigga shit.
you,
And I
you
will
did it.
say, I will
I,
this some nigga shit as much as nigga shit can get nigga-ish.
I would say this is some ignorance rather than like putting it towards
Okay.
us specific. You know what I'm saying? I would
But
just I would do that.
I will say as well, like what becomes the point to where you believe that somebody because I you went to the kid point of like
Mhm.
this was a child when he did it. At what point do you feel like somebody is conscious enough to make decisions? If you do something and then you turn around and go rap about and gloat and show that you're
Mhm.
very conscious of what you did, you're
Mhm.
celebrating what you did. At what
Mhm.
point is this like, yeah, I know he a kid, but like, nigga, you know what you're doing.
Uh, Good question. That's a fair question. It's a tough question. I don't know if I have a direct answer. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the reason I say that is because like I'm aware of everybody gets taught right and wrong at an early age, or at least we can agree there's to some degree you have an understanding of what's right and what's wrong at an early age. Um, but I also know that trauma impacts brain development at
Mhm.
early and at the age that you experience it is kind of the age that you not stay at, but you get kind of stuck around there, and it becomes more difficult to grow and understand certain things as you mature due to that trauma, especially if it's not addressed and worked through. So when you take that from an early age and then you add on the impression how impressionable a teenager is, and we've seen throughout hip hop for the last however many years, since probably the 90s or whatever, that talking about the murder, talking about the crime, portraying a certain lifestyle is what gets you on and gets you to be successful. I un- so it's like I understand the piece of being like, well, you're doing that to get on, so you clearly understand that there's a plan here. But I'm also factoring in the fact that like your brain's not even fully developed enough for you to like put all of this in a full picture to see what you're doing. Like I'm not gonna say you didn't know that you wasn't supposed to kill somebody. I'm never saying that. What I'm saying is the actions that happened and the actions that followed, I think, are much more impacted by the trauma, the impressionability, and the lack of development of the brain, rather than just I understand right from wrong, and I'm gonna just choose to be a dickhead.
Man, I I can understand that. I might have a slightly different follow-up question, kind of similar to Rose's, but my question would be this could apply to children and to even potentially adults. Is there a way to have like a number count, for lack of better words, or an understanding of where there's too many instances when
Like a
applying
three
it to
strikes
this?
rule.
Not a three strikes rule. Like, for example, in this particular situation with him,
Mhm. Mhm.
the sentence he just caught was for taking the life of somebody right? And
Mhm.
to Rose's point of trying to understand how to give back to that family or make it even to where the family feels like they're being heard because they lost a life. He took somebody's life for them trying to get back something that he stole from them. So within this entire situation, when you're looking at it, or this also was not the first thing that you had been involved in.
Mhm.
So how many? What's the line? You know what I'm
I
saying? Like
don't.
what
I don't.
where do you go? Hey, all right, I understand your traumatic past, I understand things that you have gone through, but there is a point of you are now causing trauma and I can't
Mhm.
just look past
No,
your situation.
I understand that, but I think when we frame the question from that point, we're trying to do like the work on the back end when we didn't do it on the front end, right? Like if it's trauma all the way up to this point and it's now caused this, and we look at this in the vacuum and we don't apply like we could say, oh well, I understand you went through that, but now we got to deal with this. It's like, well, if we never dealt with any of that beforehand, how did you expect us to not get somewhere around here? You know what I mean?
For sure.
At what
Uh,
point?
but-
At what point is something just plain old choices?
I don't know. I don't know because
and that's kind of the question.
everybody's choices are influenced by a myriad of things. So I don't like I don't know when, everybody's choices are influenced by certain things. I can't say exactly. I don't have the wherewithal to be like, that person wasn't influenced by anything at all except for hate, this, and this, and they did that.
That
And for
also
that,
doesn't.
they should
That
not get
also
XYZ.
doesn't matter.
I don't have the
If
capability to
It kind
make those
and
distinctions.
that's kind of how I'm with Rose. Like a lot of it's in reality when we talking about the crime itself, none of it matters to an extent. But again, when we get to the crime, that act alone is the crime.
No, I'm
Like,
with you.
and that's where, yeah, we can talk like, and this is where it's like sometimes, and I'm not talking about you, I'm just talking about in general. Sometimes I think empathy and sympathy gets confused with foolishness sometimes because, yeah, we can, because when you can forgive anybody when you go down the rabbit hole. You can forgive anybody when you go down that type of rabbit hole of let me understand what you went through. We can understand what you went through and you still deal with them repercussions.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like I
Like
think
you
there's
don't go
I, yeah, my fault. I think there's a misconception or a misunderstanding when people hear rehab or hear something along the lines of that, of where they look at that because it's seen as treatment, as they look at it like like you're getting some type of privilege or you're getting some type of like better thing than you deserve or something like that. It's like you're not any less not in prison. You're not any less uh away from your family. You're not any less restricted from having the right to do as you please as a free citizen would. You're not any less restricted from voting processes. You're not any less restricted from participating in the American system as a free citizen. You're just while you are away and dealing with that, the treatment and the things that you're seeing and dealing with on a day-to-day basis is not what it currently is. That's all.
I
Okay.
guess my
I think
my
what
pushback
I'm
always to you would be, why are you so deserving of getting something like that when you have destroyed so much? That was always my pushback with
I
you.
get it,
Like
and I get it. I get
it
that.
was
And
never
it's
anything outside of that for
no,
real. It
I
was
get
just
it.
like,
I think again, I think people, when even if you do something terrible, I don't think it necessarily like I don't think we us human beings have the right or the know to say when a person is irredeemable. We can say it for our own personal, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not fucking with you no more type of thing. I'm with that.
Mhm.
I understand that. But on a societal basis, on a state level, I don't know how the state has the moral authority to determine which citizen we're not gonna put any more work into and which citizens we do. And once you give the
uh,
state that opportunity to make the distinction, I I don't it's a lot that comes with that I don't think people really factor in
okay.
because they would rather deal with the personal understanding of I feel like that. So yeah, let the state rock.
well, see
Then
the thing
I
about
got a compromise to that.
the
Or at least I can offer a compromise to it. Two things. Considering the frequency of your choices. because even with the background, even if you had certain experiences, there still has to be accountability on, at some point you have a guideline of right and wrong to an extremity standard, right? You can justify, I might have stole from somebody because I'm hungry, and we can possibly have a middle ground of trying to
That's different
understand
from running crypto schemes, like
there you go, right?
type of thing,
Or
right?
even at the same time of having the understanding is like, all right, you might have to steal, but there's not really a situation that you can often justify with a lot of people where you had to take a life. That wasn't a self-defense type situation. So if you're in the position, whether it be dealing with criminal activity that might lead to that, or just going straight for that, there is that offer of what choice needs to be done that you can justify that taking a life would make sense. And then on the second part, I would also offer, at least by to the state point that you made, every one of these, I'll call them debatable cases. If it comes to the point where you have these types of opinions and they all differ, and I I agree with not just leaving it to the state. I do agree that all of those should have a jury trial, because that's the closest we can get to that, making a concurrent decision. So you have juries of your peers, and I do understand that not every place has a equal
Has your
opportunity for
peers,
that.
has your
Right.
peers.
But I would
a
also
jury
offer
trial, was it not?
Yeah, it was.
it.
I think
Yes, it was a jury
Yeah, it
trial,
was. It
but
was.
because most of them in Texas are going to end up being a jury trial. But I don't know
Yeah.
if it's like that for every state. That's why I put that out there. So I would also say, again, that goes back to the choices. You knew what area you were in for a lot of these situations. You knew what area you were in that you were doing these things. So then to turn around and expect a jury to be fair towards you, because for example, the one he did north, going up in Fort Worth, you knew over there they weren't going to support you. So you made an active decision to be involved in that. So I still put that back on the self-accountability piece.
And
We
that's
get a jury of your peers, but you still have to be accountable. So I think the middle ground is guaranteeing a jury and having that distinction of, bro, we can't justify this, doesn't matter what the scenario was. How do you justify a life being taken? And I know that's not always the crime, but even for the ones like crypto scheme, bro,
Listen, I
you
don't
know,
think I don't think the rehabilitation is a justification of the life being taken. I'm not viewing it that way. I like, it's
um,
not a. Go ahead, my fault. Go ahead.
oh no, I was gonna say, I think to that specific, because with the argument of some people shouldn't be fixed, I'm offering a compromise to that based on what it is, kind of what, like Rose said, if there's some people that, what would we be really rehabilitating if you made these choices to go out of your way to do X, Y, and Z? What would we be rehabilitating that is going to be wanted by society?
You'll be rehabilitating the mind. Rehabilitating the mind, because clearly their mind is sick.
Now
And
the
that
only
gets subjective
pushback
though.
that I'm gonna have to all of this is the same thing that, and this is the only other part too where I'm kind of conflicted with how you feel about the some of this shit. Is just like, you feel like the state shouldn't have the right to do X, Y, and Z as
Mhm.
far as sentencing and yada yada yada.
It's specifically killing people. Specifically,
Yeah,
is what I'm talking about.
but I
Yeah,
mean, we could take it to that.
yeah.
Yeah, let's make that the example.
Mm.
But who would be the moral authority and have the right to say you can be rehabilitated?
No, so this is the thing. If you don't have the right to kill somebody, the only thing you can do is help them. That's how I'm viewing it. Like, if I'm taking away the idea of
But I
we're
don't
gonna
think
put,
that's an answer to what I asked you.
why not?
Because if the
It
state, if you're saying
what's
the state has the right to
mm-hmm,
throw your ass away,
mm-hmm,
throw the key.
mm-hmm,
You're saying they should not have that ability to
mm-hmm,
probably do that.
right.
But in turn, if you kill somebody, why then would you give whoever the moral authority and the right to say you should be rehabilitated? Who
Is it
has that right?
is it a government's job to make sure that its citizens are protected, safe, and all of that?
Mhm.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
Yeah,
Yes.
I would say so.
Yes, it is.
What does
So
that?
with that, no, I mean, that's what it is. So with that being said, if the idea is we're going to take killing them off of the table. Then if you want to make sure that these people are still citizens, they're still under your jurisdiction. So the idea would be, in order to help society and make sure our citizens are more safe, it would make sense that the people that are violating whatever laws are going on out here, we're making sure that if they're going to go back into society, and even if they're not, they're better prepared and better mentally stable to deal with either going back to society, or B, dealing with the people that they're in here with for the rest of their life.
I think the issue is trying to have it both ways is very difficult.
What's the both ways?
Well,
you have to be realistic about what prison is. Prison is supposed to be a deterrent of doing negative things. That's why when you ask about the 80 years,
center.
That's why, because I've been waiting to say this point, like with you about the 80 years and the 55. What are those numbers supposed to represent? They're actually supposed to be a deterrent from the citizens of committing those crimes.
But here's the kicker.
That's what prison really is. It's not really supposed to be helping you niggas come back safe.
Right. But here's the kicker. But here's the kicker, though. It's supposed to be a deterrent, but the data shows you that none of it serves as a deterrent. So if we can see, real quick, so if we can see that what y'all are doing isn't working, why would we not go to do something else? And the things that I'm suggesting,
there's a deeper rooted issue at hand. 1,000%. And I never disagreed with you with that. I never disagreed about that. We obviously know that there are a lot of fucking issues plaguing the community, which is causing a direct effect on what people are fucking doing. But also, people do have choices. And also, there are consequences to your choices.
I agree.
All I'm saying is, if you do not want the state to be the authority to give somebody
death,
a football number,
no, just
you also can't have them be the authority of who the fuck gets rehabilitation.
But at the same time, we already answered that though, because while understanding the situations in certain areas, part of the state is a self-accountability thing, because we are putting those people in that position in the first place. So that still comes back to the people for at least a portion of it. I
agree with you from the beginning. It's different when you are judged by a jury of your peers, and peers very lightly in fucking quotation, because these are not a jury of your fucking peers.
Right.
But
these ain't a bunch of other 16-year-old black kids.
But at the same time, when you commit a crime so heinous, it ain't really much to discuss. It's not much to discuss. The only thing we're discussing is, okay, is this capital murder or is this fucking
manslaughter?
Different, we're trying to figure out if you're gonna get the death penalty. That's what we're trying to figure out. So once we get past that, now we're getting down to the fucking years.
And that's a sick. But think about that though. It's like
let me just add this really quick, because the other part with the long sentences is you're not. I think if we're talking about the death penalty, I believe with what you're saying is also incorporating the alternative of we just give you life, which will still equal out to life or life. So going back to what Rose is asking, and more so what my positioning was on how are we assisting those that experience the laws. You are going to lose your life either way, with time or through the death penalty. So
that's why I'm with you. I'm just
what I'm saying is, if life is already determined to be gone, we would be looking for you to justify that rehabilitation piece specifically in that manner. Because if you aren't coming home, and
I've already said this. I've already said this. You could serve as a guide or an aide within the prison. You could serve as a guide or an aide for prisoners that are on their way out. You could serve as a motivational speaker or whatever for children that are at youth risk. There's things that you can do there are things that you can do to still be beneficial to the world just because you're not coming home.
What if they don't want
to do? Then we have a split.
That's case by case shit, bro. Like
we're gonna end up talking in circles on this, and this is something where I feel like we're gonna continuously bring this up and continue to try to talk through it. We're gonna agree to disagree with this, and I think we should probably just skate to the next topic, bro. I'm gonna be real,
because I have a last tip. I think we have that disagreement point is like knowing how a lot of it goes. those lifers are 23-1 in a particular area anyways, and it would come at least where I think the separation making it easier to hear it out loud. The separation of you not getting that rehabilitation or even having the resources to dedicate to you to be a guide is that choice word. Because you made that choice, we also now have you of the understanding the choice was you don't qualify for this rehabilitation. You not coming home. We would save these resources for those that have an opportunity to come back, because even with the deterrent, you still made an active choice. Most of the times, that's why I started off with you. You be hard pressed to justify why you had to take a life outside of self-defense
I
in
guess you.
any scenario.
So
Hold
quick
on,
question.
let me explain why I said that comment before you go, because real quick. That's why I said that when I made the comment of whether they want to do it, that's where I'm saying that's where the piece of irredeemability comes in. Some of these people go into jail not wanting to be redeemed. Like that's where you get and that's what I'm saying. That's where the
But
slope
my question is, do you think that person is mentally stable?
Yeah,
we can't answer that. We went through this
Right.
before. You can't answer.
I do.
You
We
can't.
don't know.
Okay.
That's why my
Okay. That's
compromise
fair.
came in. That's
I
where my
would
compromise
say a
came in.
person that's actively looking to not be healthy is not a healthy person. But we can, there's we can do assessments and all that type of shit
I
as well.
think that goes back to what Ev said, the difference between empathy and sympathy. If you want to find a reason to feel a type of way and give somebody the empathy, you will always find it.
Mhm.
But it's
Or
And in
people out
cases
here
like
doing
this,
shit that know exactly
No,
what the fuck
I
they're
get what
doing,
I understand that. I'm
and they're
saying
not looking for redemption. This
I
is a
understand that.
lifestyle.
That's not the majority of the people.
I
That's not the
cannot say
majority.
that. I can't
Okay.
say
Well,
that.
we
I
can.
can't either.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
I
because
can't
I
say
can
that.
I
Okay,
can
cool.
add an additional compromise where I know this might cost a little bit more resources on the front end. If you want to add a situation to where you have a guaranteed 2 or 3 jury trials, I don't know, but more than one, because if we're saying it's not a jury of your peers, possibly
Possible.
trying
It's
it in
possible.
a
In
unbiased,
different areas, something
like
like
an
that.
unbiased county. Say if it because
Yeah,
well, you have
yeah.
Gwinnett County and Cook.
I wouldn't say
Glenn,
Gwinnett County is unbiased, brother. But
no. What I'm saying is, like, say if it happened in Gwinnett,
oh, okay, I get you. Yeah, like over here, they don't have.
the
I got you.
next county over
Or
tries it because
something.
they're not. You don't have the attachments, you don't have the feelings to it. It's as unbiased as you can get. In worst case scenario, if you get 2 hungs, you have a third and final. Whatever that third says, that's what it is. So you have one
Possible.
in-house that acknowledges the people from there, that specific society where you come from. That's the in-house one of wherever it's at, and then you have the other two trying to give unbiased eyes and answering these questions. That would be my compromise to y'all. That seems
Yeah,
like a potential
yeah.
middle ground
I think that's.
of
I
where
think
it is.
that's
So
man.
now,
That's manageable.
you know,
And especially if you take the death penalty off the case, you would probably have the money to do it. So yeah, I'm with that.
fair. Yeah.
All right. Rest in peace to the people that lost their lives in these situations with this Tay-K, with the Tay-K situation, man. Peace to their families, our condolences, and we hope y'all are healing the best way that y'all can. Moving forward, we got another one. We got a quick update. My boy Ray asked for an ISO for this topic.
Yep.
So my brother, the floor is yours.
So we just went from trying to apply feelings to facts. Let me get back to facts before we start justifying people's feelings. I want to do a recap just to highlight if you didn't know what was going on in this situation. We have 2 children in high school that got into an altercation. One party did not want it to go there, and allegedly the other party pushed it further, right? A knife was involved. And unfortunately, a child was stabbed in the heart and their life faded away. That child had family. It happened on a school facility. And we also have bond set at $1 million, bond reduced to 175,000. And of course, the defense is self-defense.
Those are the
Trial
facts.
started this past week.
Oh, trial started. Okay,
Trial started this past week. And look,
that was
follow
fast.
where I'm going.
Okay.
Trial started this past week, and it's not for the case that you think I'm talking about. But I want to address Texas first and foremost, right? We have a replica situation that everybody seems to have the time for to address out loud when the trial started for the exact same scenario that I just highlighted down in Belton, Texas. Case and Allison, Joe Ramirez.
Yep.
Happened on a high school ground.
Bathroom.
A child brought into the situation a knife that he already had on him. There was already previous alleged situations that had occurred between those two. And the gentleman that got stabbed, rest his soul, and prayers to the family, had a history of violent altercations, allegedly had a history of wanting to be in violent altercations and have them recorded. So 2 18-year-olds that had a situation went into a bathroom, a fight ensued, and Case and Allison, who is standing trial right now for murder, a young white male stabbed a young Hispanic male in the heart, and unfortunately that Hispanic male lost his life. Trial started this week. We have different witness testimonies, and we're on day 4 or 5. This is Belton High School. Please look up the case. Where we have similarities, fast forward, almost 2 weeks after the trial, or 2 weeks before the trial got started, we have Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. Almost the exact same scenario. Almost the exact same scenario. School facility, knife used, bond set at $1 million, reduced to $175,000. 2 young men lost their lives, and they shouldn't have been there in the situation. What we need to address is exactly what the facts are. The only difference that I might have a separation is unfortunately I was unable to locate the police report for the Case and Allison and Joe Ramirez situation. What I want to get out of the way is the narratives. 2 kids came into a school with a weapon. I want to address the fact that that narrative of what the intent was did not go both ways for everybody that wants to be involved. And at the same time, it shouldn't matter. They should not have had that knife wherever their respective locations were. We all agree on that. So if we're keeping it clean, trying to press intent on whatever somebody was going to do with it, you can't prove. So don't add anything additional to it. And then I want to follow up with the second narrative. A lot of you are comfortable trying to determine what a reaction should be when they could have been unbothered in the first place. So for you to gauge how far it should go, let me split it down the way even. There's some of you that have never been in an altercation that are talking crazy for something that you've only seen on paper or on TV. And there's some of you that have been there, and in this state particularly will brag about how you would put somebody down with your weapon of choice to the Second Amendment, how you would lay somebody out, how you would go ahead and end their lives, but then turn around and want to address when somebody does all the things that you talk about. And again, you still might just be under that umbrella if you never really been in the situation in the first place. And for those that have been, in a situation where even if it was just the adrenaline nut, let's not say defending or fearing for your life, that have been in a situation where it got physical, they would tell you that when you're in there, you cannot make that determination and you just have to go with what is happening. So let's skip the narrative of where it should have been and what it could have been and what you would have did. Let's still acknowledge the fact that the weapon should not have been in that facility. And unfortunately, the fact that these kids even felt like they needed weapons, because that tells me that there was a community failing. That tells me that there was a potential of something going on in that household that might have been missing that message, or there was a potential that somebody else knew who these kids were and saw discrepancies and you let it go. I'm not even going to put it on the teachers because they're already overstressed anyways, but within that community, for all of y'all to pop out and say how great he was, what he was always doing, this, that, and the third, it sounds like there was potential that you missed what was happening with both of those kids, and you got to address yourself for that. So instead of going through these narratives of what it could have been, what it should have been, let's focus on the facts, because now when those narratives get out, it makes it so much harder, not only for the family to grieve what their losses are, but for justice to actually be served appropriately. So what now? What we do is let this trial play out and we have an example of what's going to happen. We're already a week through. of an exact same scenario, so we see what it is and we can have appropriate case law to follow. And from here, because it's happened twice and it shouldn't have, 3 years separated, start actually having a real conversation on what to do better going forward to make sure that these kids aren't in a position that they should not have been in the first place. And let me go ahead and extend that. My is right there. Talk to me. I'm in Texas. For those in Belton, for those in Frisco, come talk to me. Come talk to all of us if you want to do it, for those that are outside of the state and viewing it from a different lens. But understand that these were kids first, and every additional narrative, whether it be race, who should have, who would have, it doesn't apply because these are children that we are talking about. And if you make it apply, then you need to have a conversation with yourself. And I hope somebody comes and grabs you. Rest in peace, Austin Metcalf. Rest in peace, Jose Ramirez. Let justice be served for Case and Allison, and figure out what's going to go on in Carmelo Anthony as well. And for anybody that has an issue with a GoFundMe, if you didn't spend $1, shut your ass up. If your money did not go into that account, then you should not have an opinion on how it's spent. Don't add a narrative that you can't prove. And even if they did, again, if you didn't spend the money, keep it clean with yourself and shut your ass up.
Well said, my brother. All right. That
Justice
was
for the
our
kids. Keep it clean. At Sleep Bueno if you have a conversation for me.
facts. Yeah, facts. That's to keep it clean on the Carmelo Anthony update. So that is all of the serious topics that we have for today. All right, y'all. We made it. Got out of there in about an hour. We did it.
Actually,
So
40 minutes because the first half was bad.
yeah, right. So shout out to that. So no. All right, man. So in news with hip hop, Lil Wayne is a fucking liar. Lil Wayne is a liar. Lil Wayne is a liar. Okay. I think we've come to the conclusion to know that Young Money as a team, record label, staff, and crew are liars, like habitually. And at this point now, I think Lil Wayne is just showing us again what type of lies and bags that he gets into with him. Because my brother, who do you think you talking to, telling me that you were singing a song yourself on stage, but had no idea who the song was by, what the context of the song was, or anything like that? Never mind the fact that this song is the biggest song in hip hop in the last who knows how many years, and it's dissing your biggest artist, and you have no idea who sings this song. Get out of here.
He uses a lot of drugs.
Man, I'm not rolling with
I don't care about that.
No,
I don't care about that, bro. I don't care about none of that, bro.
His memory is gone.
Nah. I'm not rolling. There's no way. His memory is there enough for him to remember the lyrics.
Choices, Ray. Choices.
Yeah.
Y'all buying this?
He barely remembers his lyrics.
No.
Are y'all buying this?
Absolutely not. This same man also just came out and said that when Watch the Throne was made, he didn't even know that them niggas made Watch the Throne, Hov and Kanye. He literally just came out and said that he didn't know that they made that. He is the biggest liar in the world.
Didn't he diss the Throne?
He's telling his truths.
That's what I just
I believe he did this one. Yes.
He responded.
Because someone told him it was Jay-Z. He didn't know.
Oh, so someone couldn't have told him it was Kendrick Lamar?
Rehabilitation.
He found out after. That's what he said. He found out after.
Come on,
what you mean?
Man. Come on, Ray.
He found out after. Someone pulled him aside.
Come on, Ray.
They grabbed him and said, "Hey, man, I don't know if you know."
No, someone needs to grab him. Someone needs to grab him and tell him to stop lying. Stop lying.
Hey, put Wayne, Kevin Gates, LeBron, and the game in the room. Who lies first?
Wayne don't lie like that. Wayne don't lie like not to be in the game.
I think that's gonna break the polygraph test. That'll break the polygraph. But
hey, yo.
Wayne don't lie. Wayne never told us Wayne don't lie like that, bro. Wayne never told us he charged a battery with his bare hands, bro. Wayne hasn't lied to that extent.
But bro, Wayne lying about
I haven't freestyled in a while, but
you feel me? Wayne hasn't ran the same verse 6 different times.
He's with the white ceiling.
The white ceiling, man.
Fuck. How many? Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. The game and that verse is about as bad as Kanye with the gorgeous verse when it's time for him to kick a verse. He loved to kick that gorgeous verse.
Yeah.
Penitentiary chances, the devil dancing like he. But yeah, I'm not rolling. I think Lil Wayne is a fucking liar. Rose, what you think?
I know
Y'all
he
some
a liar.
haters.
I don't think, nigga. I know.
And you know what's crazy? This is the worst type of
I
promotion.
know.
Like
You've
this is
been doing
promo
this for
for
a
Carter
while, though.
6.
Like
This is terrible.
that's a part of it.
This is terrible. Terrible promo.
Yeah, man. All
He's
right.
been doing this for a while. That's a part of his thing. It's like
You got packed out, right?
you know, if you lie,
You
if you lie
supposed to-
long enough, you're able to tell niggas
Anything.
"Hey, man, I don't know.
It's the drugs. Cocaine
And
is
he
a
do
hell
it
of
I
a
and he
respect
drug.
do it to
that,
play the
actually.
fence. And it's like, come on, bro. Just play crazy.
Cocaine is a hell of a drug, guys.
You
Nah,
know
bro.
all about the
What do you
fucking Super
mean?
Bowl.
He
but
done
somehow
fried his
you don't
frontal
know
lobe.
about nothing else.
You know all about the Super Bowl, but you don't know the song that got him to the Super Bowl. You don't know that's his song.
They wrote.
Stop
come on,
it.
They
Stop
wrote
it.
that speech for him. They
Stop
wrote it for
it.
him.
Stop it.
Drake to be mad at me. Your dumbass something, nigga. Fuck out of here.
Oh
What's
my
wrong with
god,
him?
that was good. But yeah,
You did see he said that he don't want to.
Yo.
He's not even going to look at the
It's
Super
the
Bowl no
same
more
nigga that
because they
said
would consider
Weezy
him.
F baby and the F is for phenomenal. I don't believe nothing a
So-
nigga say. I
So
don't
the fact
believe
that he
anything
can't spell
that nigga
now all of a
says.
sudden you believe he knew what was going on.
Do you
He showed you he
believe?
can't spell. Now he knows.
Do you believe?
In a parallel universe, we would understand and empathize with Lil Wayne.
You in a parallel universe thinking that he don't know what this record
Yeah,
is.
bro. Come on, bro.
That's what's going on.
Talking
We
about
gon-
baby money. I got your
Got your
baby
baby
money.
money. Kidnap your
bitch.
how you on that? How much do you love your lady money?
I know you fake, nigga.
Come on, man.
They told
I'm a
him.
grown ass blood. Stop playing with me. Oh, the bar's bad too.
Oh man. All right,
So
we
what
gonna
y'all
keep.
telling me is y'all not excited for the Carter 6?
No.
I'm only excited. I'm only excited for Lil Wayne feature verses.
Yeah. One
Yeah.
excited for the Carter 5.
No, I wanted to see what the Carter 5 was gonna be. I wanted to see, but after I heard it, I was no longer excited.
Did y'all see part of the features that he might have for it?
No.
Didn't they
some
confirm
of the
Billie
list?
Eilish? I only seen I think
Billie
that.
Eilish, I think Machine Gun Kelly's on there.
Yeah, I'm
Miley
not gonna-
Cyrus.
Yeah, I
He
won't hear
redoing
this.
Carter 4.
Yeah, I won't hear this. I won't hear that.
Yeah,
So
man,
Wayne, stop lying. We'll catch you on your next feature, brother.
Yo, wait a minute. Yeah, Carter 4 came out like a month after or like a month before Watch the Throne, didn't it? Now I'm going back in my history of 2011 because I started college that year.
I don't know.
I don't remember.
I have to
If
look.
I'm
I'm not
like
sure.
now,
No,
Wayne,
well,
you
no,
liar.
okay, I do remember
that album. Remember,
You say he what?
they were holding that album.
Oh yeah.
I know
Facts.
it came out after. It would have had
Because I remember my freshman
that was a
year.
response to
August 29th, 2011 was Carter 4. Because I remember girls singing Lift Off my freshman year. That's why I'm like, Watch the Throne was what's that? Here we go.
August 8th.
So Watch the Throne came out 3 weeks before Carter 4. You mean to tell me you didn't know they made it when Niggas in Paris, Otis, Lift Off, all that's banging right now?
He's a liar. He's a liar.
Come
bro.
on, that's what I'm telling you.
He's a liar.
He also responded to Ham. He did respond to Ham as well.
He's a liar. So Ray, come to the light, brother. He's a liar.
Ain't no drug. He's a liar.
Come into the light. He's a liar.
Drugs.
Yeah, he trolling. I see what's going on.
Drugs don't make people lie.
When you off them, but like when you ain't got them on you, when you trying to get back to him, yeah, you'll lie.
So he was off his
You
drugs
do a
when
lot
he
of
was
things.
speaking in these interviews. Is what we saying. He was off his drugs when he was speaking in these interviews. He wasn't sure. Come on, man. Y'all giving him a lot of room for intelligence that he's never shown us to have.
I'm giving.
Did he forget that interview when he said like he didn't see color or black and shit? Ask him, do we remember that?
We're not gonna relitigate. We're not gonna We're gonna keep it. We're gonna keep it hip hop though, man. We're gonna keep it hip hop, keeping it South too. So Complex put out a Mount Rushmore of Atlanta this week, and let me pull this up right quick because they had what they had on this joint. They had T.I., Gucci. Yeah, T.I., Future, Gucci, and Andre 3000.
Yes. The Atlanta natives got to go first. Y'all two go first. The Atlanta niggas gotta go first. Y'all there?
All
Who's
right.
on there? Say that- say
Or
that
should we
again.
flip it from the outside?
No,
looking
I'll
in?
go. We can go first. That's cool.
Say that
Andre,
again.
it's Andre, Future, Ti, and Gucci. Gucci man.
I'm swapping Gucci for Jeezy out the gate. Even
Facts.
though he not I guess if we want to do technicality,
Technically
but
Atlanta. Yeah.
that's an Atlanta nigga.
Yeah.
So
I would swap. Wait though, hold on.
yeah, I
Because
mean,
we got, but think about it though. Like the tree that is Gucci, you got Migos coming from that, you got Thug coming from that. It's a lot that come from
that's
there.
not what that Rushmore is about. That shit is about music. That's what they do.
Okay.
Is
Word,
it?
word.
More Jeezy
With
Okay.
Complex, is
successful
it?
overall and has.
I would
done
think so.
Oh,
I would
yeah.
think so. Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
that's fair. That's fair.
It was-
I'm with you. I'm with you. Andre, I would say if you can somehow Rushmore or something, I would split Andre's face with Big Boy because I'm tired of people. I'm tired of people
Separate.
not
Yeah,
putting
Big
Big
Boy
Boy right there when he
He's
was
nice.
neck and neck with he was neck and neck with Andre the whole time. So
He's nice.
we got to stop disrespecting Big Boy. If you gonna have Andre on those lists, put Outkast. Just
And
have
it's crazy.
Outkast.
They
Like-
they disrespect him because of the features. That's why they disrespect
Yeah,
him. But when Big
yeah.
Boy was out here putting out albums, that was crazy.
Yeah.
And just people didn't want to listen to him or whatever.
We
So
got.
yeah, I'm with you on that.
We can't. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah, so I would have Outkast there for sure. Future for sure. Ti for sure, and I would swap out Gucci for Jeezy definitely. So I'm with you, Rose. What y'all got?
Only thing I would say about this Mount Rushmore is that I know you can't do this with Mount Rushmore, it's the subjectivity shit, but I think they probably should have kind of separated, I guess, the generations, because this is what I say. When you look at what has T.I. done, and I say, like, no, listen, why y'all looking like this? That's why I said generation.
No, yeah, go ahead, land. Go ahead and land. Let me let you
That's
land.
what I'm
Let me
saying,
let you land.
generation.
Let me let you land.
Like,
You just said what has Ti done to two Atlanta niggas? You gotta.
and y'all ain't
like,
let me
hold on.
finish. Y'all admittedly, but see, listen what I said. They should have broken up into generations, because, like, let's look at what Future's done. Future's biggest, like, his impact has started really 2013. That's a different generation from T.I. and Outkast. Outkast was already kind of away from what they were doing in their success already. Like, that's where Future. I'm talking about when Future like started really.
Brother,
buttering.
let me no.
Ooh,
Not
it's looking like a dirty landing.
Why me saying that? What's this night in the gliss?
No,
Watch
but
the chain how it
I'm saying
shine.
they should have
Watch
broke
it
up the
wink in the
generation.
kiss.
That's what I'm saying. Generation.
Watch the
That's all I'm
movie,
saying.
homie. That was
I just
20.
feel like generation.
That was like 2011.
on Rex.
That was
Okay,
2010.
listen, y'all not letting me land.
I'm gonna let you land.
T.I. and Outkast. I'm saying it from specifically T.I.
You're
and
just talking
Outkast.
eras.
Yes, that's why I
Yeah.
said generations.
with
Generations.
you, but I think
They
the-
should have broke it up. That's all my thing. Because I don't think I would. That's why I said you can't do that with Mount Rushmores. That's why, like, y'all jumped on my ass, let a nigga land, because I already chopped it up. That's why I said you already can't do it, because that's the Mount Rushmore shit. But for me, I would want to break up them eras of that, because I wouldn't want to put I would want to give some respect probably to Thug too, maybe. But it's just, I think Outkast and T.I.
Thug is Future. Future
I
is
know,
Thug.
but I'm saying Thug. I'm saying specifically Outkast, Andre, T.I. I wouldn't put them with Future.
I get you.
I would make a different branch. That's all
I
I'm
would
saying.
ask you this though.
I like the
'Cause
Mount Rushmore overall because of I was alive for all of these niggas.
Mhm.
Like, so I rock.
You
with
would keep
Mount
it. You would keep it how it is. You would keep
I
Gucci
would
on there.
keep it how it. I would say, because, like I said, for success wise, I would put Jeezy over Gucci.
Mm.
But again, that's what I'm saying. I would break it up into two generations. I know you can't do that, but that's just me. I wouldn't want, because I wouldn't look at putting, like, right now in 2025. I'm not looking at Andre 3000 on the Rushmore. I'm just
But
me personally.
He a founding father.
You do
would
have
never
to,
put
because you do
Andre
have
as
to
a
have one where
solo
you,
Yeah, Andre solo on the Rushmore is crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
but I would say, because you do kind of have to. I think that's why, for the outside perspective, it's a little bit different. I feel like you do have to have a Rushmore with all the errors included, because of the fact that even though Andre hasn't put out that many verses, he's still dropping features to this day that going crazy.
He ain't even
And
dropping
most people
features
tryna-
like that at this
Right.
point.
He's
Like,
doing one every, and that's what I'm
From-
saying.
yeah,
He's doing
like,
one
I'm
every
not- hold
few
on.
years. His 2010s is kind of non-existent. T.I.'s 2010s. he's here, but he's just trying to continue his legacy. It ain't.
T.I. done had a hit through every era.
Facts.
So,
He has it in
but
2020s.
here's why I'm saying keeping it together
Through
because
every
all right,
what man?
Has
When
T.I.
we-
had a
when
hit
we're
in
doing-
2020s? I don't know if
Hold on.
T.I.'s had a hit in
He
the
ain't had a
2020s.
hit since probably 2015.
Hold. Wow.
That's probably true. Yeah, that's around
His
that's
last-
around
his last-
that's around
Hold
money.
on,
Ain't
brother,
about the
hold
money.
on.
About the
We
money was
got Google.
2013.
We got
That
Google.
was
Hold on.
2013. And that's why I'm
Hold on.
saying break it apart because
But he had
T.I.
We Ball. He had the We Ball record. I think that was 2013 too.
that's the only reason. See,
Yeah,
now
that
you
was
see.
with Lil Wayne.
Now look
That
at
was Lil Wayne,
No.
these
I don't-
past
I don't
12
think.
years, T.I. hasn't really been. And then Andre, the last, besides what, maybe 8 features since the last 10 years, he hasn't really been
Mhm.
Future consistent, rocking. And we putting him on the
But-
Rushmore because of, again,
But-
14
but
years.
at the same, I get you.
And
you.
that's
But
why I'm saying break it. That's why I know
No,
you
okay,
can't.
but that's where my pushback is. You would keep it together because when you're looking at the length of Future's era, you're also looking at similar amounts of times for even though it was before him, T.I. had a run that went on for a decent amount of time that was almost comparable to
Yeah.
Future's while putting up numbers and being one of them. You could
T.I. had
also
a 10-year
argue the
run.
same for
Mhm.
you could
Yeah, he
also
did.
almost argue the same for Ludacris. Same thing, like a nominee that would be in that Atlanta situation. Outside
Okay.
outside of
Okay.
Atlanta.
Okay.
Outside.
Fair.
And, yeah.
Outside of Atlanta. Can't speak on what was happening there. Outside.
And that's no disrespect to Ludacris, but like you
know?
ain't going on the Rushmore gang. I'm sorry. That's not
Outside.
It's cool.
Bro.
It's cool.
So, why you bounce back like that?
Would
bro?
you keep
Luda
would
wasn't
you keep
respected out there like that?
No, he was for sure. Luda heavy. Luda is like
Nah,
it's no
okay.
disrespect
I
on
fuck with
yeah, like
Ludacris.
we fuck with Luda.
But
We
guess
fuck
what?
with Luda.
You not
Okay.
putting Luda on our watch because that shit aged very badly now, right?
No, it's not because it aged.
Hell
No, it's
no.
not because it aged badly. It's just the run isn't as spectacular
Looking at they
as
Splash Waterfalls. I
Ev
can't
said
ever.
that. Ev said that because there was a St. Louis Atlanta
I
war
can't
between
ever
Nelly
say
and
think
Ludacris,
that.
so he
Nigga,
biased. That's why he said
see,
that about
before
Luda.
you do this, and I'm gonna
Yeah.
stop you because you love to do this
When
region shit. I
Ev was putting down
like Luda
Chingy,
more than Nelly, so stop it before you even started, my nigga.
he
I,
won.
I love Luda more than Nelly, like so.
It
Don't even
wasn't the
try that.
music. He loved Luda because he
Don't
signed
try that.
Chingy. Because
Don't
Ev was
try
heavy
that.
on Chingy too. So
I
he
wasn't.
only
He
liked
just
Luda
lost
more
a
because he
nigga when
signed
we
Chingy.
start
wasn't.
Fast and
So
Furious.
don't even
and
try
shit,
it.
man.
No sir.
He only liked
Yeah,
Luda more
facts.
because he signed Chingy. That's it.
No sir.
That's it.
No sir.
But
Ray,
nah, okay.
Ray,
You
would
don't
you keep
even know
outside
that was
listening?
Chris
I'm-
Lover. Like you don't even know. Like, come on.
You a wicked man,
That's
bro.
my
You a wicked
guy.
man. You a wicked man. But nah, I'm saying keeping them together because they do have tenures. So even with Future, if you're saying from your perspective, Future's run started in 2015 and it's 2025, T.I.'s run was pretty
And I'm
much
not even
all the
saying his run
2000s.
started in 2015. That's just you got to think
The
that
era.
year. That's when he went on his 5.
No, that's when he went on his run. That's when
That's
his
when he
run
went on the
started.
5. But I'm
Yeah.
giving respect to 23 brick. I'm still giving respect to that previous work too.
Pluto,
But
yeah.
the
DS1.
super, was after
If
Beast
that's your
Mode
hoe,
2014.
that's my hoe too. I'm talking that
Halloween
Future.
2014 was the jump. Was the real.
Yeah.
You know.
Ray, would you keep the Mount Rushmore as is, or would you change it?
See, I can't figure out a way how Jeezy wasn't already on there. But at the same time, being
crazy.
outside of Atlanta, Gucci's run in Texas,
Mhm.
Gucci and
I mean,
Jeezy
that's-
Mhm.
run in Texas by
Yeah.
themselves.
That's why it's
Being out here,
hard.
you would almost, if it wasn't for the international players, Anthony, and I might sound crazy, we respected Andre, but the hold that Gucci and Jeezy had running through Texas in combination with Webby, Boosie, all them, that was a thing out here. Every time
Bro.
Jeezy came out to Dallas or Houston, it was a way different environment.
Yeah.
Where
It's crazy.
maybe
not
because I
having
wasn't
Jeezy
old
here.
enough, you know what I'm saying? Maybe because I wasn't old enough for Outkast in the 90s to see what that effect was. But the Gucci run was insane out here. So I would have assumed both him and Jeezy clear from here.
Yeah,
But
I
you
think
sound crazy trying to pull off Andre.
moving Andre. Yeah, that
You
looked
sound
crazy.
crazy trying to pull off
Look
Andre.
crazy.
Which
And
so
that's
with
why
that
I'm
being
saying I
said,
would break it. That's the only reason I say I break because
I'm
I wouldn't want to.
Moving on.
If we being-
not that crazy, bro.
I think no, but
It's
I'm saying
really
I'm
not that crazy.
in my book, if it's Outkast it's crazy. If it's Andre by himself, you can get him out the way.
Even then, though, like
Even
Nah,
then,
you gotta-
really don't even
it
know.
is a
That's what,
conversation.
it's not.
The
to
South got
be
something to
had.
say. We
It's
not doing
it's
that.
tough.
We
It is
not
a
doing that.
conversation to be
Can I-
had, bro.
About-
I'ma keep it clean?
As far as like, all right, if we just talking about strictly music,
I know where you finna go.
Diamond.
Come on,
I'm
Rose,
sorry,
finish.
bro.
Rose,
I'm
finish.
sorry, bro.
We
Like
are
I can
about
slide Future right there.
You're sick, man.
I can slide Future right there. Like
I don't know if I could. That must be an in-house
Future
thing.
over
I don't know if I can
you
Outkast?
support
know what Future did for niggas?
Future over Outkast. I mean, it's both Dungeon. It's
It
Dungeon
almost
Family. It's
sounds
still Dungeon Family.
blasphemous
It's all
when you
Dungeon
say
Family.
it, but it's not.
It's all Dungeon Family. So I'm
don't
seeing where you're
know.
going, but Future over Outkast.
Discography.
Does Future have a
impact,
is okay? We talking like March Madness impact versus
impact,
like
nigga.
Hey I
Yeah,
impact.
Impact, Ray. Yeah,
Hey, I?
impact, nigga.
No, see, that must be an Atlanta specific
What
thing.
you
And I know we
mean,
arguing
nigga?
Atlanta
Everybody
Rushmore.
want to sound like Future. That nigga changed rap.
And everybody's dressing
we-
like Andre.
The
Dressing.
facts.
Okay.
That's
This
impact.
is a music conversation
We-
exclusively to
But
I
even
ain't gonna say that's directly because of Andre, but it's just
Hey,
fact.
I'm talking
Yeah,
Atlanta. I'm talking Atlanta.
Oh,
I'm talking
okay,
Atlanta.
okay.
I'm talking Atlanta.
but when we talk
And who the
impact of
fuck
music,
dressed
they
like
even outside of
Andre?
Atlanta.
Like
Look,
it's just fashion trends. No.
That nigga just androgynous, bro. Like he,
who was the first? You think he got that from himself?
Got that from
yeah.
emo.
Okay. All right. For
Stop.
sure.
Okay.
We could
I
go
feel
on.
like I feel
You
like
so you
outside-
think you're saying Future over Outkast in the
It's
Atlanta
nasty.
rankings? That's
Man, hot
what you
take,
call it.
man. Fuck it. I'm throwing Future in that bitch, man. Fuck that shit. Fuck it. Future, man. What
Me-
up?
Future over Outkast in the
Future,
Atlanta
what up?
rankings. All right.
Is that
All
crazy?
right.
Ev, I might have to ask you because I can't tell. They're in Atlanta.
See, that's,
So
and
I
that's why
understand.
me and
But
you
at
can
the
have
same
our
time,
talk, and then
outside
they
of
can
Out-
have theirs.
outside
think
of
some-
Atlanta,
I
don't
think some
See
old
what
heads-
Dirty
like
Sprite
blasphemy.
2 did to the street.
I know.
And what it's still doing.
I know. Dirty
That
Soda,
sounds-
Spike Lee, White
That
Pearl,
sounds
Ice
like
T.
blasphemy,
Bro,
from here, because
But it's like he
niggas
don't got a
finna try
diamond.
to
He
do
don't.
what Future did.
He ain't go diamond. Like they went
Bro,
diamond.
okay, so that same diamond you talking about, Future has done album after album after album after album after album with impact and changing the culture.
I don't know about album after album after album after album.
Yeah.
I don't know.
What?
He had his run.
quite a
He
few
had his
drops
run.
during the time. He's
But
had
that
like-
Evil
Don't even
album
got
is
a
not that.
mixtape run like Future in that
Hey,
3 little packages.
Shut up! No, you
Whoa.
That Evil
Evil
album
was
is not
fire.
that. That Evil
Evil
album is
was
not
nice.
that. That Evil album is
Whoa,
not that.
Nigga.
Steve,
That was the
you-
stutter
tripping.
step. That was the
You
stutter
was
step.
doing good.
That was
but
the
you might have
step.
crab dribbled there, big brother.
You're tripping.
You
That was
might
the
have
step.
crab
I
dribbled.
wasn't
there,
rocking
man.
with that. I wasn't
Niggas
rocking with
don't
the
have
Evil
a
album.
run like Monster Beast Mode.
That's a
56
fact.
nights running into Dirty Sprite 2.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then
Come
what a
on,
time
bro.
to be alive.
That's ridiculous. That's
Come on,
ridiculous.
bro.
It's ridiculous.
Nuts.
And then he gave you Mask Off.
Bro, Future had the game.
And then he
And then he
gave you
gave you
Mask
Future
Off.
Hendrix, bro.
Yeah,
Back
He had
to
the
back.
game in one of these.
I'm not finna get on a public platform and say Future over Outkast. I'm not gonna do that.
And
But
niggas writing
live there.
Beyonce songs? Like,
you making points.
He's a
Come on,
writer.
man.
He's
I'm
making
gonna say,
points.
look, Rose, I'm with you.
Yeah.
Future over Outkast. I'm rolling with you. Yes.
Is this nostalgia kicking me in my face right now? Oh
Because this is
man.
the thing,
I-
you have
I'm
to-
sorry,
this-
I
you have
can't-
to
I
speak
can't
on
do
the
it.
like Rose said,
I'm
you have to speak
saying,
on the
if-
tenure consistency.
If
You have to,
anything, there
and
is
that's
a
why I
great
was talking
argument.
about.
There's an argument. No, there's definitely an argument.
It's
There's an
really
argument.
Not an argument. I'ma come if we gonna keep it clean and keep it clean all the way. It's slick, not an argument. If anything,
That-
what you do is move Gucci, put Outkast right there. And I ain't gonna lie. Who else was on that list?
It was T.I.
It's T.I.
T.I.
He said-
Future.
what that boy say?
It-
Eminem? Gucci was on the list. And Eminem
Him-
wasn't on the list.
Shout out my nigga Gucci.
But I'm
Facts.
saying, who else was on the list?
It was T.I., Future, Andre, and Gucci.
Future was on there already.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Future's already on
Future
the
was
list.
already on.
Future's on the list. He's good. He's stamped, solidified.
Andre, T.I., Future, Gucci.
So of the rest, you have Andre, T.I., and Gucci to pick from.
I'm not gonna lie. I ain't gonna
If
lie.
you
we
put
slick
Jeezy
being
over
Gucci
Andre,
about
you a
it.
sick man,
I'm
bro.
sorry. I'm also saying
And I love
if you were gonna
Gucci,
put
but we slick getting
Outkast,
him up out of there though.
You say
Get
you
well, yeah, you
getting
said that for Jeezy.
no, you said
You
Gucci.
already
You
said
getting
that.
Gucci. Yeah, you getting
Either we moving him for Jeezy or we moving him for Thug. And you can just pick which one that you want to pick. But
So now what the fuck I was saying sounded crazy, but you gonna repeat it.
Wait, we moving Gucci for
we're
Thug?
moving
What I
Gucci.
said sound crazy, but you repeating it.
We moving Gucci off the Mount
Whoa.
Rushmore for Thug?
Whoa.
Oh,
Hey,
now
man.
niggas is on the team now.
No, we're
Let
not
me
doing
tell
that.
you what I know.
What?
Whoa.
Let's go.
I can only
What?
tell you what I know, brother.
Whoa.
Let's go now.
Whoa.
But that's why I say you should separate the shit.
Nah. Let's stick
Because
together.
guess what?
You don't.
I'm putting. I might
you
say.
gonna
I'm
nope.
saying Migos.
I had a
They
conversation
Nope.
with a
Oh,
nigga
All right.
recently.
You're losing your mind at this. Now your
You
outsider is
stick
showing.
to
Your
that.
outsider
No,
is showing.
listen. And I
Whoa.
get it. But if you go say Outkast, I mean,
Your outsider showing. This nigga
No,
said
you are.
Migos. This nigga said Migos.
No.
Oh my
Whoa.
God.
on a rap
No,
Nah.
Ray, go
Nah.
ahead. Go ahead.
I
Go
didn't
ahead.
even
Niggas
hear
gonna
that
get
nut ass shit.
no, I
Hell
was saying if you was
no.
gonna put a group.
Put your shoes on, Ray.
No,
Put your shoes on, Ray.
That's why I was saying break up generations.
No, don't break up the generation. Stand in this. I need some Clorox. I need some Pines. I need to see
Nigga,
it
I've
from you. You're
explained
gonna
this
have to
3 times
justify.
already. What do you mean?
If Outkast by themselves, especially if we're gonna stick with even Andre, gave so much attention to the South. The impact of that alone between them and UGK cannot, and 8-Ball MJG cannot
Can't
be
move
displayed.
it.
They brought music from the Mecca eyes down here. And
Why are
you're
y'all
telling me
explaining
Young
this to
Thug,
me?
because you're saying Young Thug. You're saying some blasphemous shit.
I said break
Young
up the
Thug?
generations. I've also said
No,
that.
we're sticking with the generation. Even if you broke
Because
them up,
this is
Young
my
Thug,
Mount Rushmore. That's what I'm
you're a
saying to do.
sick man. You
Because
are a
if I
sick
broke
man.
up the generations, I'm gonna leave that generation to that.
No, that's why we have to. That's why we
Yeah,
have to do the
you
generation.
be finding cop outs, nigga. You be finding the pleas.
Yeah, that's
You
why
be
you
finding the
have to,
pleas.
I was in a
Nah,
plea if that's what I initially said.
you
I'm
have to,
saying
because you
that-
have to have a Mount Rushmore with all of them together. It doesn't matter what region, hip hop period. You have to have at least one where they're all together. We can't start trying to split them up out the gates. Nah, we gotta at least.
Because
it don't matter what the
you
areas.
want me to be honest, and I'm as an outsider also. Y'all gonna love it, but I'm saying it because of what I've heard and what I listened to. Like it's my.
I got you.
That's fine.
we
But
still
what would
have to
your
keep them
Mount
all
Rushmore
together.
be? Yeah, like what would your shit
We
be?
still got to keep them on, because it don't matter if we're talking basketball. Jordan and LeBron are in different areas. They both on Mount Rushmore. Cool. So if you have to have at least one.
And Andre's not on
multiple
mine. Andre's not on mine.
You
So,
said
and you're
what? You,
subbing
hold on,
him
hold on,
out
Rick,
for-
hold on, Rick. You said what, Rose?
LeBron better
LeBron better than who?
than Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Real quick, y'all. Keep It Clean Sports Edition is also coming to y'all soon. Very, very soon. We will have those conversations as well. Y'all continue.
Yeah, but no, like, and again, because I don't know
Sick
all of
man,
Atlanta
bros.
rap, and I don't know all the music. But if I'm looking at Atlanta rap, no, I
Uh-huh.
might, and that's why I said 20, like over my existence. No, brother, I'm not putting Andre there. I'm
So
not.
who are you subbing Andre out for? Because it better, if you're gonna take him off the list, it has to be a name.
Gucci is getting off that list, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Like
what
me,
Nah,
I'm
he
saying-
said that's cool.
Saying he's taking Andre
Yeah,
off.
Ev said he's taking Andre
So
out.
if
Who
I
are you-
go for Founding Fathers, I'm gonna go Jeezy. Like, and then you say everybody. Jeezy,
Now I'm talking all eras.
all eras,
You're
all
saying you're
eras.
taking Andre off the Mount Rushmore. So who
I'm
are
doing
you putting?
Jeezy, T.I., Future. That I am gonna do Future. And then number 4, it fucked around and been Thug. And that's because
I'm
of what
not
I
mad at
listen
that,
to.
though. I'm not mad.
That's what I've
Like,
come like. That's me.
when a
And I
nigga
love
tell me
Andre.
that one, I'm not mad.
And again,
I'm
I'm
not
going
mad.
off of
Because
Andre
I ain't
only.
gonna lie,
Andre
though,
only
like-
got Outkast albums. And again, I understand their impact. I understand it. But also, when them albums stop? 06. They stop 06 with Idlewild.
Mhm.
And then he goes into his
Okay.
feature bag. The feature bag's not a fuck enough. It's not enough for
But
me.
if you're
And
gonna
I
hold
love him to
time frames,
death. But it's not a fuck enough for me.
when was Jeezy's last album? If we're going by time frame,
A couple years ago.
Ev
He's
is
still putting on
back.
tape.
Ev
when
is
was
back.
He's putting on mixtapes
in a
every day.
bag? I don't know if it's a bag
He's
we're supposed to
been
be
putting
in
out
here.
music. What are you talking
So
about?
we mad because he stopped putting out music? So
No,
if you
I'm
put
not
out more
mad.
albums and
That's
they
When
not
Jeezy
as
ain't
quality,
stop
that's-
putting out
that's-
music?
That's
he talking about Andre
goes
because he said his
into it.
last album was 06. So we mad at him because he stopped putting out
That's
music?
not mad. It's guess what? Other people have
No, you just
surpassed
not in the
you.
game,
Other
nigga.
people have surpassed you
Jeezy's
because
impact
of their
was bigger than
output.
Andre's.
Because of their output.
As a solo artist?
Yes, Jeezy's impact
And
is
now we
better.
adding
Nigga, don't
caveats.
lie.
I'm only
No,
going
I'm
off
saying you said Andre. So like, but again, that's the caveat with
Nigga
Andre
ain't
because
never been
Andre is
suspended
linked
from
to Big
school
Boy.
for a t-shirt, bro.
Like, and that's for me.
That's
on,
crazy.
man. That shit is
Jeezy
different.
Jeezy did have middle schoolers getting
Come
suspended
on,
from school
bro.
off the Can't Ban the
If you
Snowman
wasn't
tee.
there, you wasn't
That's crazy.
there.
That is
Nah,
crazy.
because that happened in Texas too.
That is crazy.
I was there for that. Nah, that's a fact.
Like,
That is crazy.
like,
Complex, you was bugging not having Jeezy on that list, man. Y'all was wilding. Y'all got to get right.
I'm taking Gucci and Andre off, and I'm putting motherfucking Jeezy and Thug. I am. I'm sorry.
So, wait, say your four again. You said Jeezy, Thug,
T.I.,
Future, and T. Okay,
You
T.I.
taking Andre and Gucci off for Jeezy and Thug?
Thug. And
You're
Thug,
taking
man,
Gucci off for Jeezy.
I
You've said this
mean,
already.
I'm not
So
mad at you, but I can't take Andre off of Thug, bro. I'm not mad at what you saying. It's just not real. You know what I'm saying? Like in the grand scheme of what the ether is and everything that comes with life, that's not real.
that's fine.
It's hard for me to give it to Thug when because we have Future there. It'd be hard for me to give it to Thug.
Let's be honest, bro. Thug doesn't have the impact or the accolade to be in this situation, to be in this conversation. Thug does not sell.
Now, and that's where
Thug does not sell.
Understood.
Thug does not sell.
Understood.
Thug is a Atlanta specific cult type of situation. He's great. He has great records. He has big records. Thug is not like that. Thug is not. He hasn't been that. He hasn't been that. His biggest records is in the last couple years, like before he went away.
Yeah,
but
I'm not moving.
Up until this point, yeah, Thug is like
I'm not
I
moving
love
Andre for Thug. That's
Yes.
slick. That's almost blasphemous now. Like as I'm running down the Rolodex, it's slick crazy. Thug don't have no motherfucking she lives in my lap. Like
he don't.
You feel me?
Like I've never said
a day in the life of Andre Benjamin. Come
he don't
on,
got
man.
no prototype. Like
he don't.
Come on, man. Come on. No. Where's my pen? No pink and blue.
Again, as a solo, and I'm looking at his solo. Andre ain't got it. It's not enough.
I just might go to the city. I just might spend a little 20.
He don't got one of them. So I don't know, bro. Being from Atlanta, it's slick.
It's a
hard.
lot. Of course, I'm not like
But
I can't.
I can't take
Andre.
I can't take Andre.
And I'm looking at again. I'm saying this from in solo form. It's not with Andre with Outkast, yeah. But after 06 with just straight feet, it's not enough to me. It's just not.
I feel you.
I'm not rolling.
I hear you.
Even in solo form, though, what are we saying? He's a better rapper?
Feature run is not enough. He is no. Andre 3000 is shits on Thug in every form. But I'm just going off like in music, like rapping ability. But
okay, let me ask you this: if my features make those songs harder than the ones that you did solo, can I still have an argument?
That's not necessarily true. It's not necessarily.
And that's why I'm saying
a lot of his features. He got some fire features.
He has fire. Yeah, he has fire features, but it's like that's the highlight of the record, and that's cool. I'm with that.
I got a better track than your entire catalog in one of my features.
I don't know if that's not. No, you talking about Interactive? Yeah.
Niggas don't have no rich gang though.
Like see now y'all see, but listen, bro. Like
I'm not mad at it. I'm just
like when you start to put it together, it's like, bro, do you have a 730?
The only shit about Andre is the longevity part. That's the only.
Yeah, that's what hurts
my
me.
argument.
That's what
that is my argument.
I hear you.
And I feel you.
But I just can't remove him for Thug.
There.
I can't
get that.
Some of the most elite shit you will ever hear.
Yeah,
of course.
It's difficult.
Yeah.
Come on. But I can't. I cannot move Andre for Thug. In no world can I do that.
Nah,
I cannot.
Okay, so I guess
I do respect your opinion though. Like on some Atlanta shit.
Of course,
I do respect.
Yeah, I think my four sounds crazy. I understand y'all's argument. don't jump me for this. This might be more of a nostalgia thing and being there for the time.
You finna say some bullshit.
I might have had T.I. You are sick. You're a sick man, Ed. You're a sick man.
He got Bone Crusher on his joint.
Bone Crusher is nasty work. But it did get his hype in the locker room.
I bought that out.
Bone Crusher before every football game. Yeah, that was
outside of the club. All right, go ahead.
Nah, I would say I have T.I. I have both Jeezy and Gucci, and then I would have Andre. Because being there for Gucci and Jeezy, seeing what it did to Texas, that's just here. And it's not that I don't respect Future. I want to be very, very clear. I want to be very, very clear. What was happening in Texas made me feel that way, but I'm not mad for subbing out Gucci for Future, or just having Gucci off and just putting Jeezy there in his spot. I know.
No, he's saying in his specifically, he would take Future off and have Jeezy, and he would have Jeezy and
again,
Gucci,
I don't think there's nothing wrong with that.
T.I. and Andre in his. That's what he would do. You sound like your age, my brother. You sound like you are stuck in 2007. No, I'm
not mad at that. Not mad at that.
And
my boy Ray said, "I like my beat down low, down low, down low."
Y'all have T.I. on y'all's, bro. Y'all's top laid back too. I don't want to hear nothing from you.
I like my top. Dead back.
I ain't gonna lie.
Yes,
T.I.
Rose, what you have to say?
Off that list.
He can't.
T.I. did something for this city, bro.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't take T.I. off the list. I took Future.
I'm about to say
taking Future off that list. Taking Future off that list is ridiculous.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous, bro. He's literally like the rebirth. You know what I'm saying?
See, that's the thing. It's a case for every single person that they can't be taken off.
It's like, bro, it's the rebirth of the vibe of the city.
Game on his back.
Come on, bro. Have you heard Same Damn Time? Yo, I'm gonna tell y'all in real time. In 2012, Future came out to Birthday Bash in an astronaut suit with the helmet. All right, I need y'all to understand how committed he was to Pluto. You know what I mean? Like, nah, bro. You wildin', taking Future. You wildin'.
The homie I don't had a birthday party and Future performed.
Me taking Andre is crazy.
Looked him in his face and said, "That's him."
I'm not. Hey, I have no problem
taking off Xbox every day. So I walk on Jimmy's and smoke on loud. I got perfect attendant. Bring that word to your town, cause I made myself a boss. I can't move nothing like that. That's super.
Yeah, super Future.
Your Lord and Savior Drake, Ray, pulled up for him.
Whoa, the nastiness of the work. The nastiness of the work. Putting the Aubrey on my name is nasty when y'all can't verify your top 10 yearly. Do not do this. As someone that lives in the city that got colonized by him,
your Lord and
that
Savior.
Sounds like some wicked blame you placing over here, man. Now, if I was to say he inspired you to be a rapper, you call me crazy.
Who, Drake? Drake definitely inspired me. Drake is fire.
Oh, okay. So, I mean, at least you got a difference. One studying Cassie, one studying Drake. Y'all's picks are nasty.
You know what, bro? You know what, bro?
He tried to flip.
Like he tried.
What he trying to do?
Like why he on that?
Why he on
that? Why is he on that? Why he on that? Come on,
he said, "My Lord and Savior Drake." You saw how he tried to pin that on me.
But why?
Here we go. Back to what I said. The reactionary.
But why you on that though? But why you on that?
Always too far.
Like why you on that though? Like just chill.
I'm on what?
Just chill on my man's. Just chill on my man's. You know what I'm saying? Why you? No, nigga. No, nigga. That's not my man.
I'll tell you, man's, bro. I'll tell you, man. My bad, Nick.
My son pulled up like Shabuzi. My bad. Trying to
you know what I'm saying? He tipsy. That's what's going on.
That's what I'm saying.
That's what's going on.
Double shot of whiskey. Get his ass.
Hey, don't let them take shots at tipsy, man. That's your area.
Bro, stop.
You're supposed to be in defense, bro.
You see the punches? You see the punches?
Stop.
You supposed to be in defense, bro. That's your area.
Like,
don't let
bro,
them
take your lashes. Stop trying to pivot to other people, bro.
Bro,
stop.
Defend your area. Defend your area.
He said stop deflecting. He said go fight. Go out there and fight.
Hey, dog. They free now. They had their own.
You're right. No, I'm cool. Leave me out.
You're right. Hey, you know what? My bad. I deflected towards you. They just went through their own Juneteenth of music. They finally got freed from the colonization. Now they want to have some conversation. Drake
Nigga,
colonized
he
their whole
started with
area.
y'all.
Now all of a sudden they want to talk to.
He
It's okay. My
started.
bad.
Listen,
I shouldn't
listen,
have shot at you.
listen.
I need to address the Atlanta boys.
Hold
I need
on,
to
real
address the
quick,
Atlanta boys.
real
My
quick.
bad.
Ray,
Hard and tough.
Ray,
Hard and tough.
y'all the
moved to your
ones.
state.
Y'all the ones that gave
He
us
living there now.
him.
We
Y'all
capitalized.
gave.
We made
y'all-
money off of him. We made it. We made money off of him. There's a
Oh,
difference.
yeah,
We
that's-
pimped him.
there you
He
go.
colonized you.
Yeah, like come on, bro.
You
Anyway,
are on one,
we made
Ray.
because
Texas
we made
pimped
money
you and
off
they
him too.
colonized you.
We made money off him too. That's
I'm a
the
J
like.
Being
Prince
colonized?
investment. What?
Yeah.
I'm a J Prince investment. Come on, bro. Stop it.
Come on.
He's a J Prince investment. So he got pimped out while he colonized y'all.
He started with you
are we
niggas.
disputing it?
Started. He pimped. He
He
colonized y'all.
you niggas
It was
first.
Houston, Atlanta,
He's
Vegas.
signed.
Not.
being signed to
It was
us and just taking
Houston.
y'all's money is two different things.
He didn't just
Taking
take our money.
is
What are you
crazy.
talking
He
about?
did.
What are you
He
talking
did.
about?
You're
What
in-
money did
You
he
made
take?
money
But
with
I would
him.
laugh.
You're
What
in
money did he?
denial.
What are you talking about?
I'm
You
in
don't like
denial.
accountability, brother. You don't like accountability.
We
We
You
That's
know
what's
that
going
deflection.
on. That's
pimped
what's
him out.
going on. That's
We
what's
pimped him
going
out.
on.
My bad. Texas got their money. Big pimping. Spending G's. We got our money.
No, he was
We got a
getting
return on
G's.
investment and
Houston.
more.
He just did it recently.
It's rated in Houston.
What we
All he
talking
do
about?
is name all your strip clubs and the hoes that's
Facts.
in them.
He
Facts.
do. He really do.
That's a
He-
fact.
He really do.
That's a
He
fact.
stay naming strip clubs. that
He didn't colonize
don't
y'all
even-
whole strip scene. He didn't done that. He didn't
That's
colonize
not a
your whole area.
My
I
nigga
can
told
say that
Bun
from
B to
experience.
pull
That
up
is
on the
not a
song
fact.
and never talk to him again.
that is not a fact, bro.
Hey, and actually on that Mount Rushmore thing, I know we talk. I'm actually gonna be honest. I wouldn't put Thug. I would put Ludacris. I would.
He got worse.
Hey, that was one of my. Hey, for nostalgia purposes, I'm putting Ludacris
What the fuck?
because of the singles. Because of as a solo artist. Again, my same point. I wouldn't put Thug, but I will put Ludacris.
You put
Is
in
it the
solo artist.
accolades?
yeah, baby. Neck ass on the Rushmore. That's all right. All right, man.
What, nah, I want to hear you, Ed. What's the argument? Like, solo run, what you got?
I would put sales. Because again, that's a part of it. I believe it is with the music. He didn't like again. He aged bad. I can tell you that. And I'm saying this
stand up.
I'm literally saying this
I take
biasly.
one more drink.
Biasly, I'm putting Ludacris.
Now, little
Because I
Keith
listen to more
9 years
Ludacris than I did
old.
Andre. I'm honest. I listen to more Ludacris than I did Andre.
I'm not mad at that.
Trying to
So that's
figure
why I
out.
would.
It was the
That's
era.
some
So that's why I
personal
would
shit. Yeah, that's some personal
biasly.
shit.
I would have Luda, T.I., Jeezy, Future. That would be my Atlanta Mount Rushmore.
Now, little Keisha's only 9 years old, trying to figure out why the world is so cold.
And again, it does not age well.
I hear you. I hear
Bro,
you because I
check it out,
definitely
check it out.
took my time to listen to Luda for show.
Sticky,
But-
icky,
Sticky, icky, icky,
One of the greatest albums ever, gang. I just got this on vinyl, nigga.
Yes,
Yes.
big old
Stop
wagon.
playing. Stop playing. I think he only made like 250. I got one this year. Yes, sir. Stop playing with me, boy. Chicken and beer. We on-
Whoop, whoop.
Stop playing.
Why you rolling my ear?
Stupid. Nah, I ain't gonna show that. Luda is one of my favorites.
Yeah,
Bro.
And that's
Luda-
why I was saying, like,
He makes
yeah.
Splash Waterfalls, bro. Like,
yeah, nah. Luda,
So that would be
Luda's,
my Atlanta Mount Rushmore. For real.
and just for the youngest out there, y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop trying to go back to the old Luda and be like, oh, this shit trash because it didn't age like whatever, dog. It was that.
Every
And
time
we-
I listen to one of them,
Come
I
on, man.
turned into 10, 11 years old. Like, nigga, let's roll.
Ugh.
True to Atlanta.
roll out, buddy.
Homie. With the
Top
top
back.
back, hey, you feel me?
So
Hey man,
But that's
throw them bows hit so crazy in Texas.
crazy.
Throw them bows hit so wicked in Texas, man.
Chris Lover, bro.
That
He's
oh
gonna be
my
a Chris
goodness.
Lover, bro.
Oh my goodness. Man.
I heard someone say he's the South, at more so specific, but I heard someone say he's the Southern Busta Rhymes. Is that a fair comparison?
I can see that, especially with the animation for the videos and all of that stuff. Yeah, I can see that. I can definitely see that. The flows, the videos,
Better rapper.
than Busta Rhymes. I mean,
Just overrated.
I haven't gone down the Busta Rhymes like
Busta in
path.
early-
I haven't
early
gone down the
times,
path like
his
that to
starting
know.
Was an amazing rapper, and I think he found his lane late 90s with the theatrics and animation. He stuck to it. he found something that stuck and he stayed to it. But
Yeah.
I ain't deep dive, but I've always heard that they like back then because I think he was rapping with I think
With Tribe. Yeah, he was rapping with Tribe. That was his first verse. That rah like a dungeon dragon, all of that. Like that's
So, yeah.
he different, but it's like I haven't gone down that path myself to be like, nah, this is what busted it. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell you.
Okay, fair.
I couldn't tell you.
All right. So to clean it up, I got T.I. Y'all convinced me. I'm gonna keep Jeezy, Future, and I'm still gonna go with Andre. Gucci's being subbed out for Jeezy for me.
All right, Ev, who you got?
So mine officially, Ludacris, T.I., Future, Jeezy.
All right, I got T.I., Future, Jeezy, and Outkast. I'm merging. And who you got, Rose?
I got the same shit you got.
Bet. All right, man.
Man, we argued with some niggas we didn't even care about.
Is it
definitely, bro?
Come on, man.
We could have cleaned it up just by
the
saying
art of
Gucci, Jeezy, switch it out.
Switch it out. Come on, man. The art of
barbershops work, people.
That's how
barbershops work, bro.
This is how male friendships work. This is what it is. We argue over a whole bunch of shit that don't really matter. We probably agree at the end of the day, but
is water wet? Is water with that
by itself? By itself?
Is water
by
wet?
itself?
By itself?
In its straight form? No, it's not. It's not until you touch it that it becomes you have to rip. Anyway,
fish are dry. They're just in water.
We got some new things coming because we don't have any more topics for real. We ain't got much else to get to. We ain't had much go on this week. We got new things.
Wait, hold on. Thug.
What's up?
Thug dropping an album. He made an announcement.
Oh yeah, Thug is dropping an album. No.
Thug dropping an album with no single.
Yeah, I'm not excited.
You don't think he put out a single before the album come up? Because he announced it for May, so we still got a couple weeks.
My nigga's selling bundles.
Yeah. He getting his money back. He getting his bread back that he lost out on. It ain't finna.
Watch.
Come on, man. That shit ain't finna be nothing crazy.
Do we see a?
I saw they took all the Gunna shit down off of YSL Instagram page.
Oh,
I didn't see that.
That was a little telling.
That's
That was a little telling. They took
you just
all
answered the question I just
down.
asked.
I said, "Oh,
God damn.
Okay, only nigga help y'all survive." All right.
If I'm Gunna, I might drop an album during that same time frame.
Because that's crazy. Like that's your cash cow right now.
They're gonna just have an album drop, or does he have one coming? Okay.
No, I don't think he dropped one really recent. I think he dropped a record recently. I didn't think he dropped.
He dropped the album.
He dropped the album recently.
Yeah. Because Him All Along is on there, I believe. Or I think that's the name of the album.
Oh, I thought that was
the album.
Okay.
It was in 2024, right?
Let me see.
He dropped 101. Okay. He dropped.
Yeah, that's the last album, right?
That was in May. Yeah, I thought he'd see with him, but some got to be coming because with Him All Alone being dropped. Okay, so I got a question for y'all because Doechii did drop her music video for Anxiety over the last couple of days.
Mm-hmm.
But this question that I wanted to ask last week because we talked about Luther and then we talked about Nokia. What exactly is the purpose of the music video now? We don't, because think about it, we don't really have BET, TRA, we don't have countdown shows, 106. So what's the actual purpose of the music video now?
TikTok.
Yeah, TikTok. That and the fact that there's still like, even though America may not engage with the music video that much, it's still like fans across that still only really tap in with, or will tap in with that piece. So yeah, it's just it's another way to engage with the audience, but on a more like business aspect. That it's money in that shit.
Okay.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? You still get the bread off the stream, you still get the bread off the plays and all that type of shit. So yeah.
Okay, because that was something I was thinking about it. Because again, like music videos used to run TV. Ran TV, bro. And as we now have gotten here, we've lost, like, think about it, bro. All BET, MTV, VH1, all our stations and networks that play music videos now just play reality TV or scripted shows.
Yeah, facts.
And so now the only place you can go to just see music videos being played on their own
MTV Jams.
Maybe that. I seen that thing. I don't even know about MTV Jams
I
anymore
didn't
because
even
I
know
don't
that
have
channel was
cable.
still.
Gotta
And that's
get
the thing,
on
bro.
VH1 Soul. Let me
that's
show
what I'm
you how
saying.
old I am. You know what I'm
Like
saying?
this morning, I had Googled. I was like, "What stations just play music videos?" And they was like, "Oh, well, you have to go through Roku or Pluto TV where they'll play. They'll have an MTV station." But it's like that's a lot to tinker
That's
with
there's
to
an
find.
there's an MTV station on TV, y'all. Like we could.
You know what I'm saying? And they saying you have to go through Pluto. Like it was because I watched it. It was like Pluto TV, and it's a empty. It's a. They have a few music video stations, and one of them was MTV something. But it's like that's a lot to go through to see a music video. To just I want to see new music videos.
Yeah.
And think about it. You're probably not even seeing new music videos. You're probably seeing a re-rock of
Rerun.
all the old 90s and 2000s. So
Yeah.
that was just what I was wondering because of how with the streaming era of songs getting shorter, like what's the true intent behind them? So that was
I think you see it now. It's like kind of people don't really put too much focus into their videos. All of them are shot in guerrilla format for the most part, like especially on the up and coming artist type of thing. But on the more mainstream artist scale, it costs a lot of money to do videos too. You know what I mean? It costs a lot of money sometimes. So it's tough to balance sometimes. I think the bigger artists that really care about the art, you'll see it in their videos, but for the most part, it's just an extra way to get some bread.
Gotcha.
At the end of it all. Like
Okay.
throw this out here, collect on the streams, and keep the song buzzing, keep the, you know what I mean? Because it's like the song been out. Now we tease the video, then we put the video out. You just spreading out the runway that you got for the rollout and all of that too.
Okay.
Well,
What's up, bro? What's up, bro?
I got some questions from the ladies.
Oh shit.
Since this is a keep it clean podcast and we just doing it for the fellas that
You ain't run this by nobody in the pre-pod. You didn't run this by anyone in the pre-pod. What's
easy questions? They easy questions, man.
Here we go. Here we go.
Just seeing your perspectives, man.
Get your pandas ready, y'all. We might be getting.
I already used one. I only got one left. I already used one. Go ahead.
Speaking of that, Pander champion over here from March. We gave y'all a month's worth. I was panderless, if you will, unlike these fellas over here, man. You know what I'm saying? But we're gonna start keeping count for y'all and do a month by month decision on what happens for who has the most panders. We're gonna fire off with question number one. If there was, what was a girl group chat conversation you were made privy to that made you shape up a little bit as a man?
A girl group chat conversation?
Yeah, like what was they talking about?
They told you what was happening.
That's hilarious.
You was like, ooh, made you shape up a little bit as a man.
Oh shit, I'm gonna keep it honest. Shit, one of my best friends, I'm not gonna say the name, but if you know, one of my best friends. Shit, she tell me like I know a lot, and I would just say maybe hearing what women really think behind the scenes of a man who trying hard or doing what he doing, and it's not enough in her mind, but she playing game, but she's playing it's all good, but she doing dirt behind the scenes because it's really not enough. That's what I learned.
Wait, that happened to you?
Fuck no. I'm talking
about the question is
yeah, this is
what's
for you.
Yeah,
it happened to me.
No. Y'all
no, I was saying like
I just said made privy to.
Yeah, I'm saying like I know
you just know about it.
Oh, like what's just a general convo?
They put you
I'm
on
saying
game.
like yeah, women like, and that's what I'm saying from
but make it for you.
Yeah, like make it for you. Let's make it interesting.
That did for me though, but that did, but no, that did for me though. Like seeing
making it for you.
Somebody not like of somebody trying their hardest and it's not enough or something, and you seeing just what women are silently doing in the background. That alone made me shape up because it's like, oh, you hold on, y'all wait, like y'all live together, but you getting this shit off, and he don't know because it's because X, Y, and Z or whatever. That is it make you be on your P's and Q's. For me, at least, it made me be on my P's and Q's a little bit because it's making me a little more aware. Like, hold on, let me make sure I assist a little. Let me put a little pep in my step because. If I slack just a little bit, this could happen. Even I'm saying I trust my lady, but seeing with other people and hearing, like I said, with being privy, like, oh, if you slack a little bit, nigga, this is what can come. Yeah, that was enough. Seeing just how women could get down.
Hearing how women talk about broke men,
And that's what I mean.
Would definitely make you go get some money.
See, you talking about how they talk. I'm talking about the actions behind.
No, I'm talking about the group chat. Like just seeing what's said in the group chat, how they talk. It's like it make you go get some money, or tell shorty like cancel on that date because you know what I mean.
I would still have to process one that was specific to me because I'm not fully sure if I've been made privy of that yet. And thank you for those sparing my soul and ego.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? Like the fact that I haven't been made privy for one directly about me. Thank y'all.
And if the topic of me in the group chat is not positive, please don't tell me about it.
Don't DM me about that. I'm cool. But one that did make me shape up when they told me, oh, dude has bottomless activity or bottomless energy, like he all shirt, no bottoms. Don't ever address me like that as a man, dog. Don't Winnie the Pooh me. Don't ever assign that title to it.
Like he was all shoulders, no legs.
No. Like his energy is he the type that come off. He walk around with just a shirt, no bottoms. As a man, I went home and did push-ups. Like don't ever assign that to me. Went home shaped up real quick.
It's men out here walking around in t-shirts and
no. I think because I never fathomed that. It never hit my mind that
grab him. Hold
on,
grab him.
Hold on.
Grab that brother.
I'm kind of confused about it. Are they saying he was wearing a t-shirt, no bottom, because he was fat?
Nah, that's how he portray. Like that's how he acts. He acts like they were saying that's his energy. That they see him as a dude that walks around with no bottom.
So they saying he acts like a bitch.
They use the specific words bottomless activity.
Because I'm trying to. It's just that's just getting me. I don't know.
Rose, what's going on? You look distraught. You look distraught, brother. What's going on?
Me here.
Rose, you a sick.
I don't know what's going on.
I don't know.
I don't know what's.
That's what the question was. The question is, what made you shape up as a man? When you heard it, you were made privy to a group chat. That's how they described him. I went home and did some push-ups.
You asked, bro.
I don't know.
Are you asking what's happening to the men out here?
I am disturbed.
Why, brother?
You should be.
What's going on?
Because I'm still confused on what exactly does a man like. What does that mean? I know, understand. His energy is that he walks around with a shirt and no bottoms.
And like that's a crazy assessment of somebody.
Because like, are you calling? I'm so
too scared to ask.
I would like you. No, that's your homework for this week. That's your homework for this week. Keep it clean. Homework assignments. You need to go ask them what they
need
talking
to do
about.
A call in, like
like what y'all mean by that?
What y'all mean by that?
What y'all mean by that?
Like because the only thing I can take from it is that means he's acting like a bitch. Excuse my language, but that's all I can take.
That's probably the best way to put it.
But I need some like context of what.
But like, how does that even formulate in your mind? Like, you know what type of energy you give me? You give me the energy of a man that walks around in no pants and t-shirts. It's like, what does that even mean? Like, what?
Women.
I mean, yeah.
But it's just like,
or she might be the
what exactly do that mean?
You be walking around with your ass out.
It's but like, see, if she talking breadwinner, Ray, that's crazy.
It could be.
Because
we need more context. We need more context.
Fair enough. Fellas, hold on. Like, listen to what listen what he said. If she is the breadwinner, if she makes more than him, and she's saying that he
ain't say that.
He just did. He just did. That's what I'm asking.
I say it could be.
It could be.
Saying,
right, but I'm saying, but imagine though, like if that is what it means, do you realize how crazy that sounds?
It does not. Now, with me saying that,
because you're not the breadwinner, you bottomless energy.
Me saying that, I'm thinking if that is a possibility, I was also assuming the context of like you just being a bum as a person, not just she make more money than you, but like I'm taking care of the house.
Actual energy you're giving off is
that's what I'm like, huh?
Yeah. No, not specifically finance, but it's like, bro, you do nothing. You just I'm the man here. You know what I'm saying? Like I carry the
maybe
household.
That's honestly, I think we overanalyze it. Maybe that's exactly what it is.
Reach out to them folks and figure out what the context was that they said that in the energy he was giving. Because I'm perplexed. So
Rose,
did you have?
Or you?
Oh yeah, go ahead. Rose, did you have a group chat topic you've been made privy to that made you shape up as a man?
Oh, I mean, bro, once I seen my name go around in the street shit, I just had to cool it. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he became the topic and said, I got to go in the house.
She just got hot. Yeah,
Were you on
man,
dark
shit get
time?
hot. You gotta cool it.
You were on
You
dark
gotta
time, huh?
cool it. That's.
Where did they do the investigations and locate a
I mean,
suspect?
it wasn't a lot of investigating to do.
Brother said I ain't even cover no tracks. He
That boy
was
running
just there.
around sniping shit. Like that's what he on. They like what he on. That ass man don't make a man. Welcome
Welcome
home.
home.
You know
Did,
what I mean?
did you try
This
the
is
Shaggy?
not a song.
Did you try the Shaggy?
What you said?
Did you try the Shaggy defense at all, or do you just went ahead and accepted it?
Nah, bro. Especially back then. Like I don't. Man, we clipping shit. We moving. Like
Fair.
I wouldn't. Especially all that explaining it wasn't me and all that. Man, come on, bro. Because I could do all that, but you're gonna acquiesce to my request anyway. I don't have to do all that.
Fair statement.
I know.
That's
Fair
why
statement.
y'all in the group chat. And y'all are lying to each other. You ain't lying to me. You lying to y'all.
Fair
Nah,
enough.
he barring up now. Hold
He
on.
barring up right
Hey,
now.
Hold on. He caught a
He barring
second
up
win
right
now.
now.
Hold on, man.
hey, hold on. Hey,
You had any more questions, right?
What was or is some of the biggest signs that it's going to be a bad time with old girl?
What you mean? Bad time in what?
Like y'all
the
about to go
first-
out?
like y'all kicking it, y'all already out, and then some pop up and it's like, damn, I already know where this is going.
It's kind of vague a little bit, but
Or you just know it's gonna be bad. Like for me, when I read that question, my example was anytime she started quoting hard statistics to you, it's going to be a bad time. Just once she started getting into, a certain amount of women have this, and it's like
okay.
damn, man, it's
I
gonna
see
be a
where you're
bad
going.
time. When she
tell
started
you,
giving you hard statistics on whatever the conversation is,
I know it's
it's a
gonna
wrap
be
for
a
me.
bad time when she start recording the food.
Ooh.
That's crazy.
Take a picture too, or just record?
When she got the
nah,
phone,
nah. When I see the light
Okay.
and we in a restaurant and I see that light, I'm already thrown. Like I'm
Uh,
me
cool.
see.
You can take me home.
if Shorty, if y'all having a conversation and she utters the words, oh, yeah, utters. You gotta, yeah. If she utters the words, oh, like in this tone too. Oh, well, that's funny because get
going to be a
out
bad
of there.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
get out of there. Get out of
Oh,
there.
see,
Get
Going
out of
to
there.
be a bad time.
Get out of there. Oh, that's funny because I recall if in this motion, because it's fried for you, bro.
But
You
when
might
she
want
And I
start
would-
There's a
telling you,
clap
when she
when
might
start
wanna
she
move
telling
says
you
around.
that.
about her other homegirl situations, run for the hills, brother.
eh,
Run for
I
the
was about to
hills.
say.
You will
I was
not
about
be
to say when
safe,
she
my
when
boy.
she. I was gonna say when she actually when it's too many questions in a short time frame. If we are talking in 2 minutes and 4 questions have come, we're cooked because you don't know shit.
But she do. But she do.
No, I'm talking about anything. I'm talking about
No,
anything. I
she
know what you
knows.
mean.
She knows. You don't know.
No. See, I'm talking about anything. I ain't talking about like a personal thing where
You
she's
said,
trying to
okay.
catch me.
I got you.
I'm saying if we just out, that's because he's saying like if you out on a date or anything.
I got
If you ask me in a fast succession about 4 questions, like, oh, we're going left because we're cooked because you don't know shit. If I got to answer too many questions in a short time frame, I can't do it because it's like, why are you coming into this not knowing? Where was your research?
Yeah.
That's
If
my
her
thing. If everything is why or how or what, or if you're giving me the 5 W's and H on everything in a minute and a half, no.
What that boy M say? I ain't asked you shit.
Hey,
I ain't asked you shit.
I got another one. If
They go
you
kill
text
me for it. I know.
if you text a simple question and those dots are loading for more than 30 seconds, it's going to be a bad time. Because you can tell what
Oh,
she
yeah.
about to answer compared to what you asked.
That's only if you care about it, though.
If the dots keep popping up and going away and popping up and going away, you might want to just
Ooh.
close your phone. Just close
That's
your phone.
only if you care.
We
We
Are
have
there
to
any-
preface that.
Are there any more questions, Ray?
But I
Oh,
do have
man.
to say, my brothers, if she is talking about her homegirl, you need to skate.
What you mean?
Especially if she telling stories about her homegirl and all the bad shit that done happen to her, and you done spent good bread, my boy, you need to get up from that table. Release yourself from the shackles of nonsense and skedaddle. You need to skedaddle. God forbid you paid $80 for that steak, my boy.
Shit.
God forbid.
Please be aware, if she makes 2 orders in one, it's going to be a bad time. It's going to be.
Wow.
Don't even
Wow.
wait for it to come out. You might
What
have
you
to
mean?
go.
What you mean?
If we at the table and we just supposed to do dinner and she orders 2 meals at the same time,
I'm
If you
confused.
even
Nigga,
let
she
that
ordered
ride,
2
Yeah,
entrees?
yeah. Like I'm
2
confused.
2
Like,
entrees.
entrees?
Yes.
wait, you
Yes.
said like for her?
Yes.
damn little lady, you sure can't put it away.
Yeah, like
If she orders 2
who
entrees
you
for
be?
her, it's
Who
time.
you?
It's time to leave.
Who you done
'Cause
been on some dates with, brother? Who?
The
Right, I ain't
ones
never
that try
seen
to go
that.
ahead and plan a dinner and then either go back and take it to their homegirl or just go ahead and save it for later when they
Take
only
it
there
back
for
to
your guap.
your homegirl.
Yeah,
I left.
I don't even understand.
Yeah, you lost me.
I don't even
Yeah.
understand.
I left.
Yeah.
You
So
That's not the rubric that I run.
at all, at all.
That wasn't on the pre-approved date list
That's not in my
on
rubric, my boy.
acceptable activities.
You have one entree and a starter.
I'm surprised you give starters.
And that's shared.
You can get you a starter, baby.
Shared. Y'all are
That's
sick.
shared.
Oh,
It's
Y'all are
sick.
sick.
What?
Stingy ass
I'm just
nigga.
talking shit.
I ain't gonna lie.
He
That's
said that's
another one.
I'm just adding to the troll.
That's another one though. If we being for real, the first time you ever pop out, she reaching over towards your plate and touching and grabbing, that's gonna be a terrible time.
Oh, your
I'm
whole
not,
attitude.
I'm not rolling with that.
Bro,
I'm
you
not
gotta
rolling
share
with
food.
that.
You gotta y'all try.
Yeah, I'm not
If
rolling
it's
with
some
that.
new shit,
God,
you
I
gotta-
asked you what you wanted.
We had the same menu.
I asked
We
you
had the
what you
same
wanted.
menu.
I asked you.
We had the same menu.
You will not be
What do
on
you-
my plate doing that.
What do you mean?
Hell no.
We
No,
looked
I'm-
at the same meat. The waiter gave us the same amount of time to pick what we wanted. We had the
Listen,
same
man,
menu.
it's finna be, bro. She finna give you. She finna get you. Finna give her a piece of the. She ain't finna take half of the plate, man. It ain't
We
finna.
both
Get,
agreed.
come
gonna
on,
give a
man.
piece back.
And she gonna
She's
give you
gonna
a piece of
share-
her
she's
food.
gonna
Come
share
on,
that.
man.
I don't want your food. I didn't order that.
We read the same
I didn't
menu.
order that.
I'm aware we read the same menu,
The
brother.
pages,
It's
my
called
item was on the
breaking
same menu.
bread. It's
Thank
called
you. So
breaking
when
bread.
the ladies hear this, Ray, you saying what I'm saying. So let them
I'm
hate
saying
you
what you
too.
saying. We got the
He
same
said,
menu.
"Let them hate you too."
Let them hate you
We
too.
got the same. I'm with
Enjoy.
Rose. We read the
I'm
same
not.
items. They was available to both
I
of us.
enjoy breaking bread, man. I'm not. You
Yeah,
can
like
pick.
when it comes to
You can
sharing,
pick.
like
Shorty
food,
can pick
yeah.
off my plate. I'm not
Yeah.
tripping.
Oh
I'm
no,
not
we're
tripping.
not doing that.
I'm not
Nigga, we
tripping.
We're
be
not doing
sharing
that.
drinks
Be
too.
having
Hey,
it.
They
you
come
got
up to
this
your.
margarita,
They
I got
did
this.
come
Let's
up
see
to
what that
this
tastes like.
table and ask what you wanted.
Man,
You said
Did
it
they not?
vocally.
This is hilarious. Look,
You had choices.
look.
Did you
look.
not?
We did, bro. We did.
Rehabilitation.
Nobody's saying you're
you gave her an
obligated to
extra
give her the
choice by
food.
picking different.
Yeah, nobody's obligated to. You ain't obligated, but you just seem like a dickhead a little bit. That's all.
A dickhead.
Or a little
What?
stingy. I'll say that. A little stingy. You seem a little
Whoa.
See,
stingy.
that's how I look at it, bro. This
Seem
is
a little
how I look
stingy.
at
We
it.
stingy
If
for
y'all
your
both got
choice?
fries and she take one of your fries, okay. But if
I'm
y'all got different
stingy
food,
and I'm paying.
I'm.
And you had
that's
a
fair.
choice?
That's a fair point. That's a fair point. That's stingy might be the wrong word.
And
That's
you
a
had
little-
a choice?
Come
Ed,
on, man. Like, why y'all being so particular about like,
Right.
dog? It's food. Like,
Fine.
bro, I order something, you order something. Oh, can I try a piece of that? Sure.
yes. Now, are you saying they
What's
bring it
the
over
like?
unannounced? Okay,
If
that's
if,
the no.
if folks is pulling up like, yo, I can try a piece of your
Not
joint.
on the
I mean,
first
we
link.
both looked at the link. We
Not on
both
the
looked
first
at the
link.
same menu. Y'all niggas sound crazy.
Not on the first link, bro.
How you gonna build rapport, brother?
Right, you ain't got the reporters just share food with each other. Like,
I don't have rapport with you for you to be reaching on my plate.
So
I
y'all ain't even
absolutely do
What?
not.
So if she asks first, then is it okay? Is she like, hey, can I try a piece of that?
No.
Yeah, you just mean, man. It's strict over there. It's strict over
It's
there.
real strict.
It's
We
strict
run a
over there.
Division 1 program over here. No NIL, no
Man.
Nothing. Hey, you about to go right through the portal because we had the same option.
Transfer.
You got to go right to the portal. What you mean,
Bro,
bro?
what?
Transfer.
All right, man. Look, this
What
has been
I listened.
another episode
Take
of
off my plate.
This has been another episode of the Keep It Clean podcast. We appreciate y'all for pulling up. There are changes coming. We got a new logo on the way.
Y'all hate Ray too in the comments. Y'all hate him too.
That's crazy. We don't hate nobody, man. Love us all. Love us all.
Order your own food, brought to you by Ray and Rose.
Yeah, that's y'all's tag team, right? The R&R boys,
man.
the double R boys, the double R.
Some rest and relaxation. Order your own food. Brought to
But
you
yeah,
by Ray
man.
and Rose, bro.
This has been another episode of the Keep It Clean podcast. We got a logo coming soon. We got a page, Keep It Clean page coming soon as well. So just stay tuned for that. Like, comment, and subscribe. Stay locked in with us. Add us to your libraries. We appreciate y'all as always. My brothers, I appreciate y'all. Love y'all boys, man.
Shout out Tatted Up Holly.
We out of here.